People come to us because we don't sell them on anything.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
And I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba, Josh. I think of a nickname for you. Love it. You like it. I love it. Happy Monday morning to you, July 27th, as we head to the last week of July, which is significant because once you're through July, you make it to August, which I know you know how the calendar works, but once you make it to August, it is basically football time. That's when it starts getting real when you make it to August. We're almost there. Last week. Sam, top of the morning to you, my friend. How was your weekend?
Top of the morning, John. Pretty solid weekend. A lot of golf for me, honestly. I got tee time figured out with a couple old college buddies again. That was a good time. I played with one kid a few weeks ago, and that was good. But then we added another one that I hadn't seen in a while, so that was good to play with them. We played on Saturday, and it was like perfect weather. We thought it was going to be really hot outside, and it turned out to just be like pretty much 75 and like overcast. So we just said, you know what? Let's play 27 holes. So we played 27 on Saturday, and then my roommate and I, Charlie, we played yesterday with Ryan Shumpert, Rocky Top Insider's finest, and Caleb Gyro.
Nice.
So a little
2v2, or is it just every man for himself?
Yeah,
or?
It was kind of just every man for himself. We should probably do like a handicap and then, put in kind of implement a little 2v2 action there. But long weekend of golf. I got to get the putt. Where else? But I feel like very, very amateur version of like Scotty Scheffler, where I can just get it onto the green in a pretty quick manner, and then I'm just a mess whenever I try and put it in the hole.
I know this is a dumb question, but like you guys go through, play 18, then you have to go back in the clubhouse and be like, hey, actually, I want 9 more.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if they just let you stay out there and then you had to just come pay in afterwards or how that works. But all right, you got out there. I watched a lot of golf yesterday. I didn't play.
Next generation's up, John.
Well, it's not to step on winners and losers of the weekend, which is coming back today, but I did have the golf youth movement on the list because they needed some young guys to step up, and maybe they have a new one ready to do that. Because I'd seen, I think it was like last week that, heading, because last week was the last major, right? Last week was the Open, which, another older guy won. And I saw, coming out of that they were going to be heading into the Masters with no single major champions under the age of 30, which is kind of crazy to think that not one guy like in his 20s is going to be like a major winner.
Yeah, that is wild.
Because Colin Morikawa is the youngest, but he'll be 30. by the time the Masters roll around. So, like, yeah, there is no youth that was going to be a major champion. Obviously, Jackson Koiven is not a major champion, but like him winning that event and only his third start gives you hope for the future.
I saw a lot of people already like saying, "Hey, we need to get this kid on the President's Cup team, not even just the Ryder Cup." And in a couple years here, it's just like, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and put him on the President's Cup team this year and see what he's made of."
I saw people talking about that as well. But yeah, little golf youth movement over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen what would have happened had Scotty made a couple extra putts on that back nine to really put the pressure on, or had Jackson. There was a moment near the turn where he had like a 12-foot par putt that had he missed it, the lead only would have been 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen what would have happened if that pressure had got ramped up, but credit to him, he never really let that be a thing. But yeah, watch some golf. Bubba, my friend, top of the morning to you. Good to see you.
Thank you, John. Good to see you as well.
That Kentucky K looking good as always, brother.
It's for the Beavers, for John Bishop only. Not my alma mater. Not until they recognize me.
Got a real Will Stein fan over there.
Hey, he's going to be doing some things up there. Let me tell you. Innovative offense. You ain't ever seen Kenny Mitchell run like that before. Get that Kentucky homerism out of here. I'm coughing, man. I've been working in the coal mines too much. Weekend was it was positive, John. Friday, thumbs down. Ate some fast food. Haven't had in a while, so that completely just destroyed my stomach. So I went to bed at like 6 o'clock.
You had been not doing fast food?
Yeah, I'd been staying away from it pretty good or consistently.
What made you break down?
I was just thinking like, you know what would be really good? Some chicken tenders right now. And then I went and got some, and then immediately afterwards just put me away.
Yeah.
That was Friday. Saturday, became a man a little bit more.
Congrats.
I put some posts up. I've started a new project on the homestead for putting up a fence.
Right.
I've gathered materials, but now I've initiated it to actually put poles into the ground.
Okay.
So that made me feel pretty cool.
What'd you do there? Did you get like a
just concrete, just digging with the post hole diggers and stuff, and then like just lugging around stuff and saws to cut off, making them the right height.
Okay.
That made me feel pretty cool. And then I
wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to a concert afterwards.
On Friday?
Saturday.
Who'd you go see?
Shinedown was in town.
Oh, okay. They're in Knoxville here?
They were. And I got to say, I've been battling with it. It might be one of the top concerts.
Really?
Just in terms of, like, production value that they offered.
Does Shinedown have any songs outside of, like, the Leonard Skinner cover?
Yeah, I knew. Well, like, for me, I only knew about 4 of them. And if we're being honest, I still only really know about 4 of them.
Only Shinedown song I know is, like, their cover of Simple Man, right?
Simple
like,
Man, they did that.
Yeah.
Their most famous one's called Second Chance. And then I knew 2 kind of sadder songs about them, like 365. And then there's just another one because it gets me in the feels and all that stuff.
Second Chance apparently went triple platinum.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Did you show up to this concert like all dirty and grimy like that one Kentucky dad at the coal miner at the Kentucky basketball game?
I did not. I did at least shower some of my body. But that was that. Really good, like, compared to Nickelback. Like, that's still one of the top concerts I've seen, just because, like, the fire that they used. It's like, oh, this juices me up. Because it was also weird because it's like the opener, like, band I never heard of, they were pretty consistent, called From Ashes to New. Sounded kind of like anime music in a way, but not fully. And then the next people, Cody and Cambria, good sound, but audio problems with the microphone or what, I could not distinguish a single syllable coming out of that dude's mouth. So that was that. And then afterwards, I got to hang out with some friends after the concert, which was always nice.
What a day.
But then there's some sad situations that happened.
Oh, no.
My role has decreased. I'm no longer a starter, but I am a bench player signing a 2-way contract. The game has passed me by a little bit.
Your friends have replaced you, huh?
No, I hit an individual with a pickup line.
Oh.
Thought things were going good. They went to go get water in quotes. They come back. Some skinny ass 70s looking rock star, terrible porn stash going on, just immediately embraces her. And boom, there I was.
She sent out
making
the signal
with a man from Pakistan.
She said, please, somebody come save me.
So that was that. And then yesterday I went to an indie wrestling show.
Sounds like you had a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, financially taxing. It's going to take a little bit to recover.
That's all right.
But
that's the thing about money. You spend it, you make more. Yeah. It'll all be all right. I'm just glad you're out there talking to a woman. I hate that it went that way. That
bro, that put the motivation behind us. I don't know what needs to happen next, but we're in shambles.
Were you trying to talk to her about Shinedown?
No.
Were you asking her if she wanted to go to the indie wrestling show with you?
No.
Okay. I'd like to dive in more to your pickup attempt, but we can do it later.
It was the dumbest thing ever, but it got a reaction.
I want to hear your
pickup.
I want to hear your pickup.
I said, I would die for you right now. And she started laughing at me, and I was like, oh, this is great. So we just started talking about just, works and occupations and stuff like that.
So you're a radio star?
Yeah, and she's like, this guy's a dweeb.
What was her occupation?
Animal trainer. She trains sea lions.
Is she from Knoxville?
Should have told her that you were a wild animal that needs to be tamed.
No, she works at like the aquarium, or I don't know if it's sea lions or what, but she said sea lions. But
you should have started making sea lion noises.
No,
you should have started barking like a sea lion, not like a dog, but try to do like a sea lion,
slapping your face.
Oh! Just started doing that.
No.
I wonder if she was lying about that. What an occupation! I train sea lions. That's a pretty good line. Interesting. Well,
beautiful woman.
Get back on that horse, Bubba. Get back on that horse. And if we get a little bit later in the year, I'll find some women to introduce you to.
Nah, it's got to. I'm turning into Rocky right now, dude. I'm gonna be hitting frozen meat.
Okay.
With breaking my hand,
you're gonna put it in the freezer first.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Shame on you.
You are going to be punching some meat, I imagine, but yeah, I don't know why you'd freeze it. Josh, top of the morning to you, my friend.
I'm good.
Welcome
John.
Back to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be back with you guys.
Happy to have you.
No, weekend for me was good. Was at the lake a lot this weekend. Me and one of my buddies.
Everybody had something cool to do this weekend.
The second to last weekend of July, me and one of my buddies, family friends, has a big get together with a whole friend group. So we got to do that. I'm sunburnt as all get out, but had a lot of intense games of pool volleyball. Had a decent showing at the poker tournament. So
nice.
It was good. We had a good time.
What's the significance of the second to last weekend of July? Just what?
That's just the one that they picked that they plan around it.
Nice.
Yeah. The first one that they did was 6 years ago. They did it on the 4th of July, and it was too complicated to get everybody there. So they were like, yeah, nobody's doing anything the second to last weekend of July. So because it's right before school gets back. So
smart.
They just kind of picked that one out and let it roll.
Do you have a good poker face?
I like to think so. I mean, I had a pretty decent showing. I hadn't played Hold'em in a long time, and then I figured I'd buy into the tournament, and I did pretty well. I made the cut to the last table. So.
Let's go.
I laugh too much. If I see my hand, depending on what it is, I'm either just or it's just all right. We're cooked here.
That checks out. I don't really have anything cool to report. I had game night on Saturday. Played some games.
What'd you play?
Well, it's two of the stupidest sounding games. One of them's called
Twister.
Oh, that would have been nice. That's a different party. That's end of August.
Keys for that one.
Exploding Kittens is the name of a card game. I've never played it before.
Is it kind of like Cards Against Humanity?
No,
nope,
not at all.
Okay, all right.
It's more like Uno than Cards Against Humanity. It was fun though. I'd never played that before. It was a card game. And then there's a board game, Secret Hitler, which seems weird to say. But I guess it's also like Mafia. I guess there's a version called Mafia. We play, I guess, the Secret Hitler version, which does feel like a weird game to play. But
secret political figure of the 1940s.
Yeah. So essentially, let's just say there's 9 people. There'll be 6 good guys and 3 bad guys, and you're trying to catch the 3 bad guys. Mm-hmm. And the 3 bad guys are trying to get their fascist movements on, and you're trying to figure out who's who.
The cards in this Exploding Kittens game are confusing me.
Yeah.
This looks like Pokemon, kind of.
I've never played Pokemon. I don't know.
I haven't either. They just look like Pokemon cards.
I just knew there was a skip card, so it kind of felt like Uno, but it was interesting. I mean, I liked the game. There's like when you draw out the deck, there's a thing called just the bomb, and if you don't have a diffuser, and there's only a limited amount of diffusers in there, like you blow up and you lose the game. So it was interesting. Every time you went to go draw out of the pile, there was a chance you were going to die, which I kind of appreciated. But yeah, that's all I did. I had a little game night. Shout out to my friend Zach for hosting. It was good.
So it looks like this is a TV series as well.
No clue.
I just looked up Exploding Kittens, and there's just God and the Devil trapped in cat bodies. Exploding Kittens.
Oh.
July 2024.
Okay.
They definitely made that after the game had been created.
Yeah, had never heard of it, but it was a good time.
Okay.
Then we'll watch some golf on Sunday. That was pretty much it. Watched a weird documentary. My old lady had got a recommendation from her work friends about watching this like true crime documentary, and because I'm a good lover in more ways than one, I was like, all right, that's fine. Yeah, we'll watch it. Didn't really do much for me. Hour and a half of just watching just these creeps. Essentially is what it always boils down to, is just deranged people.
Did you relate to him at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good.
It was called like Toxic Love or something like that, and it was basically just a crazy little, I wouldn't even call it a throuple, but like crazy guy, crazy girl, other crazy girl. You've seen them once, you've seen them all. But we watched that.
The dream.
Yeah. And then she wants to watch Better Call Saul. She had never seen it before, which I love the show. It's a great show, but mentally it's such a trek. I know it's just so long and like it's such a slow burn that it's not one of those I really love binging. But I do like the show. But I'm curious how it goes. But there's our weekend update. We'll talk some sports. We had a little bit of a Friday news dump. We'll talk some Tennessee Vols. We'll take your comments over on the YouTube chat. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us this morning. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
We got a little bit of a Friday news dump. After lunchtime, LeBron James ended his watch. I feel like it's probably still the biggest news coming out of the weekend. LeBron James to Philadelphia, leaving apparently both Miami and Cleveland a little disheveled, as both places thought they were going to get him, leaving the Golden State Warriors without any type of upgrade this offseason. A sad ending for the Steph Curry era, kind of looking imminent. It was Philadelphia, which I got to be honest, I felt like was the distant kind of last place option. Maybe just ahead of Minnesota in terms of the teams that he was considering. I was shocked on Friday when I was just happened to be scrolling Twitter and you got the boom breaking news announcement, and then you have to check to make sure it's the real shams. And you're like, okay, is this real? Yep, I guess so. Philadelphia for LeBron James. Sam, does this do anything for you?
Not particularly. Even with the team that the Sixers have fielded, like it's going to be a really, really great starting 5. Obviously, you've got Maxey and Edgecombe now to go with LeBron and Jaylen Brown and potentially healthy Joel Embiid for like 25 games in that season. But I don't know. There's just something about Philadelphia where he's ending his career that just doesn't tie it up in a bow the way that Cleveland would have, or Miami, like the couple that you said. I feel like even Golden State would have like matched his personality a little bit more, or someone like that, just going and playing with Steph and greatness on greatness. But it's like you're just kind of choosing to go with Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid. It just, I don't know. It felt weird to me. It doesn't really seem like a great, a fitting into the career, but maybe he just wants to put himself in the best position to get one last ring, I guess.
Yeah, it does feel gross in the sense that it's Philadelphia and it's not a type of storybook ending. It's more of just like, hey, you're going to be wearing this jersey for the first time at the age of, 40, heading into year 24. That does seem weird, but a couple things. It does feel like Philadelphia has the best supporting cast right now, the best well-rounded team. I know in Miami you could have had Giannis, you could have had Bam, but really that's kind of all you would have had, and Giannis and Bam kind of play in the same area that LeBron thrives in. Steph Curry and Draymond, yeah, that would have been kind of cool, but like it would have been Steph Curry and Draymond and maybe Porzingis if he could beat the HIV. Jimmy Butler off a torn ACL halfway through the year. It wouldn't have been good enough to win in the West. Cleveland would have been just a homecoming narrative, and then we would have tried to figure out if Donovan Mitchell and James Harden could have played enough defense to to make that a legitimate team. In Philadelphia, at least on paper, the starting five makes sense. Like you said, Joel Embiid, his health is going to be a big question. It also makes me wonder if there would be another trade where Joel Embiid just gets flipped somehow for Anthony Davis because they make the same near amount of money. And there's a relationship there between Anthony Davis and LeBron James, of course. But then you see that Tyrese Maxey is a clutch agent and, maybe their best one or a clutch player signed with LeBron's agency. And this could be a superstar making moment for him. And then it started making a little bit more sense. But I was shocked. Josh, how did you feel about it as our resident Miami Heat fan? Because the Miami Heat fans I have in my life all kind of thought that they were going to get him.
Yeah,
obviously,
had to feel
like a gut punch.
Obviously, I would have enjoyed him being back. I was really young when he was with the Heat, so it would have been cool to see that as I was older and probably got to remember it more. I truly thought it was going to be Miami or Cleveland, though. I had a really hard time thinking that he was going to put on a uniform that he hadn't worn yet. And then for it to feel like Philly, I just kind of dismissed, to be honest with you, kind of like y'all were talking about. Minnesota and Philly, I was like, no, there's probably nothing there. I figured it'd be Cleveland or Miami with an outside shot of Golden State. But it's pretty obvious he wants – he went where he thinks he can get a ring. And, it's going to be a really good starting five, like Sam said. I think it's important to note, though, that he signed a 2-year deal. So I think he's going to play 25 years and then call it. So I think he's going to go 2 more, do that. I know he does have – I believe he has a player option at the end of this year. So if he so chooses, he could opt out and then he could end it with Cleveland or Miami or do whatever the heck he wants to do. But, yeah, obviously disappointed, but the Heat are going to go after somebody else. I've already seen Heat Twitter talking about getting a buyout of Klay Thompson or DeMar DeRozan or stuff
tough.
like that. So obviously you'd prefer to have LeBron, but it's whatever. I think the Heat are going to be probably 4 or 5 seed in the East, do okay, figure it out, just see how the vibe is with Giannis this year, and then they'll probably surround the Bam and Giannis going into 2 years from now, and that's when they'll make their big push.
I would fade that claim. I would take the under of a 4 or 5 seed. To me, they still feel like a play-in team at best around Giannis and Bam because the East does feel
loaded. East is loaded.
Yeah,
it's the best it's been in a long time.
Yeah, the East feels loaded now. The player option in year 2, if it goes terribly, sure, maybe we could do this all again. He says it's the final decision he's going to make. He claims he was close to retirement after this year. I don't really believe that. It feels like an unnecessary lie for him to try to throw in there. I don't think anyone ever really thought he was going to retire. I don't feel like that was a real option. But the 25 years, and if you were making a documentary, Sam, I do think a pretty good ending to the documentary, if you don't win a championship with Philadelphia, is you go out winning another gold medal in Los Angeles with the Olympics. Of course, 2 more years, 2 more seasons would put that as his final basketball moment. Now, I don't know if a 45-year-old LeBron James would still be like a starter for the Olympic team, but at least you go there, you win another gold medal.
And he'd play significant minutes too, I'm sure. Probably just because he is LeBron.
Yeah, you would think so. You think at least he'd have some token minutes throughout most of it and be out there for the gold medal game. Maybe not as, like I said, a starter or a main guy, but he's still going to be the smartest basketball player on the court. So that would make a storybook ending if you're doing a documentary. Winning a championship in Philadelphia would be great, but at the very least, you could cap it off with 25 years and winning a gold medal.
Worst case scenario, though, it's like, the Philadelphia experience flops, and then Wemby in the French train just comes in, and he's got to take silver in the Olympics.
That would be a pretty sad story. Soil. You'd have to scrap all that footage because you're right. That would be about as bad as it gets. And the French should be coming. The French should be coming for sure in terms of Wemby in 28. But maybe that's what makes it an actual, a good story, is that there would be kind of a real threat there from the French.
Let's not kid ourselves. There's no better runner-up in the world right now than Victor Wembanyama.
That's true.
A 2-time silver medalist himself in the junior days. Couldn't finish it in the finals this year. Can't finich.
I've seen the conversations about LeBron ring chasing with Philadelphia. People mad comparing it to Kevin Durant. To me, those don't really feel accurate. Definitely not the Kevin Durant comparisons of joining the 70-win Warriors team, the 73-win Warriors team. Joining Philadelphia, I do think, is his best chance of winning a championship, but it's not like you're joining a franchise that's like already won titles. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you are joining one that has had a whole lot of postseason success. They did win a playoff series this year, which does make the Sixers the first team LeBron's ever joined that's won a playoff series the year before. But at the same time, it was one, then they got swept.
Well, and also with LeBron, I mean, he's stayed an extended amount of time at each spot. It was 8 years the first time in Cleveland, then 4 in Miami, then another 4 in Cleveland, then 8 in LA. I mean, he's not switching every year or two.
I also think people would have been much tougher had he joined Steph Curry's team with the Warriors, despite them not being very good. And I think it would have been tougher had he joined like Giannis and went down there, because there's still a case, strangely enough, that in year 24. You could make the argument that this is still going to kind of be his team and have his stamp on it as big as anybody's. Maxi's great, but like Maxi feels like a sidekick. Embiid feels like such a injured player that, like, I think if you're LeBron, you're basically already preparing for life without Embiid during the regular season and during the playoffs. Jaylen Brown, of course, said he wanted his own team, but he gets there, and now maybe he's like the fourth option on that team.
Well, do we think he gets moved? Because, I mean, I know there's been talk about that ever since he went there.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I'd be surprised if they moved him, but sure, if they could round out that roster and get pieces that fit better, if it could be some type of, reshuffling of the deck that ends up with Anthony Davis and pieces there, and they get rid of, both Jaylen Brown and Embiid and bring in just, 3 or 4 good players, that'd be interesting. But I would bet that it's more likely that they just go into that season with that starting 5 that's already in place, with VJ Edgecombe kind of being the guy that's going to be asked to sacrifice and become a 3-and-D guy.
Yeah. So the big thing, one, as a casual, load management. You've touched on the fact that Embiid injury prone, right?
Yeah.
LeBron old.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's going to hold up. So I don't trust the 76ers rotational players for this.
No, for sure. Now I trust what they have in place, because like two guys that I would pick to lead a team that's a little shallow in depth would be Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Maxey, because I feel like those guys, they just play basketball nonstop. Like,
they're going to be available.
Yeah, they're not ever really injured. They play hard in the regular season, and you can win a lot of games in the NBA just by playing hard during the regular season, because a lot of them will be like teams on back-to-backs or teams that are injured, teams that aren't, playing necessarily the hardest. We'll see how tanking goes moving forward. There should be less of it. But like, I feel like those guys both play basketball and play it hard. So even a Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, throw him in there as a young player, just that trio alone would win 45 games in the East.
With a Dominic Barlow.
Yeah, and like
and Ariel Porty.
They've got Janai Broom as well.
Yeah, he's.
I saw Auburn basketball tweeted it was Janai and LeBron. I was like, okay, come on, guys.
Well, no, it's funny you say that, because if you do still hate Janai Broom from his time at Auburn, good news for you. The Sixers are going to either find a trade partner or waive him, because they have one too many people on the roster right now to make this move happen. So if you do hate Janai Broom, good news is LeBron's going to cost him a job, where he is going to get either traded, or they said just straight out like stretched and released, where they just cut him to make room. So
how long has Kentavious Caldwell-Pope played for the 76ers?
He does not play for the 76ers yet. The Grizzlies are going to buy him out, and it's expected that he's going to rejoin LeBron. They played in LA together. Yeah. He won a championship there. He's going to come and kind of be a depth piece as you get some of those older guys that want to chase a ring, like, and try to win a championship. Like KCP feels more like the ring chaser in this scenario than LeBron, former Laker.
But KCP is also just way more of a journeyman than LeBron.
Well, right. Well, I was going to say, like, Derek
he's been
Fisher,
everywhere.
Derek Fisher, won championships in LA. They asked him about the ring chasing, and he's like, hey, you can't be ring chasing when you would be the reason they won the championship. When you are like the whole kind of, reason that this would be possible. And he said that's why he couldn't call LeBron a ring chaser. But KCP, he would be one of those veterans that, wants to be a part of something special.
Call the ambulance, but not for me, Janai Broom said. The Sixers have waived Dalen Terry instead.
Oh, nice. Okay, Janai. I do think
the hate watch continues.
That's sad. I was hoping it would be Janai Broom. Did that just happen? Like literally
15 hours ago.
Okay, then no. Then I don't think that they needed to make 2 spots to get KCP and LeBron. So I do think Janai Broom is still on the chopping block.
The headline on NBC Sports Philadelphia says Sixers waived Dalen Terry following James and Caldwell Pope deals. So I don't know if that counts for both or not.
Okay, maybe then. When I was doing some prep last night, I don't know how long ago that Janai Broom post was.
They'll need to clear one more. All right.
Okay.
You're still death's door still. Yeah. We're still on death's doorstep there, Janai.
I was going to say I thought I was up to date, but Broom still could be a casualty. Poor Dalen Terry. That would suck. Like, I'm happy here. It's a great place. Oh, yes, we got LeBron. We didn't get LeBron. Philadelphia got LeBron. There is no we anymore. It was jarring to see him take a 2-year, $8 million contract. It was jarring to see how much money he gave up for that.
But for him to go try to chase a ring, that's what he had to do. I mean, everybody, he had to go take a vet minimum.
Right. No, I know, but it was still jarring
just
to see.
Just weird to see it for one time.
And like it does make me wonder just how.
I'm surprised more stars don't do that because, I mean, they make plenty of money. I mean, go make $10 million over 2 years and try to get a ring.
Yeah, but not. I would say the difference there, Josh, is that not many of them are billionaires where LeBron is, where
That's
LeBron
fair.
has the empire, just off the basketball court as well. But also, like, I don't think a lot of those superstars are necessarily playing the same legacy game as LeBron. Like, very rarely do these veterans have a chance to go get a ring that's going to, like, move them. Whereas, look, I don't think if you think Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time, I don't think that you're going to change your mind if LeBron wins a championship in Philadelphia. But, like, getting that 5th ring and, tying Kobe and just, getting that one extra one, LeBron probably feels like it is important to him. And Philadelphia, he did go to the place that makes the most basketball sense outside of maybe Minnesota, just when you look at a roster. But, like, I don't blame him for not wanting to, A, live in Minnesota, but B, also, like, deal with LaMelo Ball. I think if I'm him, I'm like, hey, that would have been great. I love Anthony Edwards, but nah, I don't trust LaMelo Ball, and I don't want to hang out with Rudy Gobert.
You don't want to be a babysitter in your last couple years.
Yeah, 2 of the worst hangs in the league are Rudy Gobert and LaMelo Ball, so I'm good there. I'm not going to go do that. You talk about the homecoming with Cleveland and Miami, and Rich Paul said it when kind of explaining it, and I did think it made sense. He's like, hey, when you're going back somewhere, there's just too much baggage and too many memories. And, like, what happens if the return trip doesn't go well? Does that taint the first go round? And that did kind of make sense when he said that, of like, hey, going somewhere new, you get a completely new experience. If you're LeBron, you don't want to go back to Miami and then be compared to, like, 2013, 2014 Miami, which was, like, the greatest player in the history of the sport, probably, with the way he was moving around out there and dominating.
Would the comparisons have been that harsh, though, if it was just Cleveland instead of Miami? I think I understand the Miami one more because that was, like, the villainous move to go there. But I feel like Cleveland was just, like, he's still in a solid spot there.
It seemed like Cleveland, there's been enough reports that I do believe it, is that they were surprised / mad at the way they treated Darius Garland. Like, trading Darius Garland for
LeBron's camp was?
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I think Darius Garland, like, he's a Rich Paul guy. He's a clutch guy. So, like, the report I saw was like, had they actually moved, like, Donovan Mitchell instead, and it was Darius Garland, and then you could have maybe went and got Jaylen Brown, then, like, it would have been like, hey, Garland, LeBron, Jaylen Brown, and Evan Mobley. That would have been a team that he would have ran with. But apparently Rich Paul and that agency was not happy, like, of him kind of losing out in Cleveland.
So I've got something from the chat for you guys real quick. Jared 922 says, I think being the number one option and being the team leader are 2 separate things, which I agree with. But he also says Jaylen Brown is still the clear number one option, but LeBron is obviously going to be the team leader. I don't think Jaylen Brown's going to be the clear number one option at all. I mean, I think Embiid is more of an option than Jaylen Brown is when he's healthy.
When Embiid's on the floor, yes. And
I would put LeBron over Jaylen Brown also.
Well, when he's not on the floor, I would say I think Tyrese Maxey is.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just too many good players. I mean, I really think Jaylen Brown's going to have to take a back seat again, kind of like he did in Boston, maybe even more so, because it was just him and Tatum.
Yeah, but did you see what Tatum said over the weekend? Did you see Jason Tatum's quotes over the weekend, Sam?
No.
Jason Tatum took a blowtorch to Jaylen Brown. And it, to me, like, I know we've all kind of said, like, hey, Jaylen Brown just wants his own team. But, like, I think it was just deeper there that those two just kind of hate each other, and that breakup had to happen.
Did they not have a good relationship?
No,
I thought they did.
I don't think they did, especially the last couple years. There was talk this offseason, like, as this is all going on after the playoffs, both of them were in the club in France in the same spot, and, like, neither, like, addressed each other. Like, no dap, no hangout. And then Jason Tatum was hanging out, like, at a kids camp this weekend, and he said he was talking about leadership to the kids. Quote, being around somebody that feels like they know it all. I don't want to be around that person. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to learn from somebody else, which everyone took as a complete nuke to Jaylen Brown, because that's been the thought around him all offseason is just he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. Like that phrase was used about him multiple times.
Maybe it's because he went to Cal. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think that is part of it. Is probably like he probably is smarter than most people. I would say probably. But like Jason Tatum, yeah, I didn't like the way Jaylen Brown thought he was the smartest person in every room. So yeah, it definitely seemed like there was beef there, and that the breakup was really just personality driven. And Tatum probably didn't want to deal with it anymore. And Jaylen Brown probably knew that and tried to leave. But yeah, the Sixers become more interesting for sure. And I do think pairing LeBron with that fan base becomes pretty damn interesting. And the kind of the rivalry that's already there between Philadelphia and Boston becomes more interesting. And Philadelphia versus New York is a big one. That becomes more interesting.
I mean, like you said earlier, the East is just a heck of a lot more interesting now. I think it's the deeper conference for the first time in 10, 15 years, it feels like.
I think it's been deeper I thought it was deeper last year, personally. Like once you got past the Thunder and Spurs, I thought 5 teams in the East were as good as the Nuggets were as a 3 seed. Now I don't think the top 2 were necessarily as good, although you saw the Knicks run through the Spurs. But I think now, like on paper, this is the first time coming into the season where everyone will acknowledge the East is better.
Well, even if we can talk about the Heat again for a second, even if the Heat are a play-in team, like you think, I'm personally a little bit higher on them, maybe just because of bias. Who knows? You still got to deal with Giannis and Bam if they're a play-in team. I mean, that's not an easy out.
No, I mean, like I do think with Philadelphia, you'll see them be fine to kind of coast the regular season.
They should.
And get in as a 3 or 4 seed. I think if you're Miami, if you can be healthy and get the playoffs with Giannis and Bam, you could probably talk yourself into having a chance against anybody. The Raptors, if they're able to get the Kawhi Leonard deal to go through, we'll probably feel like, hey, we can take our chances in any playoff series with Kawhi Leonard. I don't necessarily feel that way, but like the Knicks,
got Halliburton coming back too for the Pacers. They're going to be healthy again.
It does suck seeing absolutely no respect at all for the Hawks, who were pretty damn good the back half of the year, but they're not getting any love. But that's a dangerous, team to throw in the mix there as your, 7, 8, 9th, 10th best team. No, it's going to be great. And LeBron going to Philly makes it more interesting. Bubba, send us a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some more sports. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Now, my question is, if you were willing to play for the minimum, I do wonder how the Lakers felt about that, because he was trying to hold them kind of hostage for $50 million and left. If you told me that LeBron came back to that team for the minimum, you could have still made most of those moves you made this offseason. LeBron James, being added to, maybe Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler would have been maybe more appealing than what he had to deal with last year in LA.
I just think that LA had run its course, though. I mean, he'd been there 8 years at this point. I think he just wanted to get away from JJ Redick. He didn't seem like he loved how that was going either.
I don't know if I think it was JJ as much as I think it was Luka. I just don't think him and Luka necessarily saw eye to eye, and I also just think there was probably some real culture shock going from being the man pretty much at every stop you've been at. Even your time in Miami, you joined Dwayne Wade's team, but after the first year, it was definitely LeBron's team, starting in 2012, where the opposite was happening in LA, where he was there first, and then they traded for Luka, and then definitely it was hey, it's Luka's franchise. He's the future. We're going to cater to him.
And also, they traded away one of his boys to get Luka, too.
Sure.
It's hard to say he didn't like that because of the player that Luka can be when he's healthy. But again, you hate seeing one of your boys, be the cost of that.
I can't imagine that he necessarily saw eye to eye with Luka either, in terms of the way Luka gets down and the way Luka, trains, and also just the whole not coming back to try to play in the playoffs thing. It probably really was the final straw there.
Have you seen what the governor of Pennsylvania did?
No.
Didn't he make it LeBron Day or
something? He is already proclaimed yesterday, I guess.
Whenever
July
he signed,
20.
yeah.
No, this was July 24th, a couple days ago. He proclaimed July 24th as LeBron James Day.
Well, that's the day he announced he was going there. So, look, I did see a study already that said, Philadelphia is going to have like $300 million worth of like economic impact here. Like just the idea that LeBron being there is going to bring in a lot of money for the city in terms of.
He absolutely will.
Yeah, like I would get it from a 76ers valuation standpoint. I don't really know what the city impact is unless people are just all of a sudden going to be.
Well, people are going to go to Philly to see LeBron play before he retires. Like,
Yeah.
I've not seen LeBron play in person yet.
Okay.
I fully intend to do that before he retires. So I'm not saying I'm going to go to Philly. I'll go to Atlanta or somewhere like that's closer before before I go to Philly. But I mean, I'm going to try to travel to see him before he calls it a career.
Well, you better do it this year because I know it's a 2-year contract, but like if this doesn't go well, then yeah, he could retire. Have you ever seen LeBron live in person?
No. I mean, I've only been to like 2 NBA games.
Yeah.
That's
in my life.
how I am. I've been to one, I think. It was Dwayne Wade's retirement tour though that I went to. I went to a Heat Timberwolves game in Miami.
I don't know if it's just once. I think it's just once, but I did see him in person once in Cleveland against Anthony Davis, strangely enough, whenever Anthony Davis was still with the Pelicans. Went to a game there. That was around the time, I don't know if I still lived in Ohio at that point or if I'd moved. I guess I'd moved back, but my buddy still lived there. But yeah, I saw him once at least.
So how many former Philly athletes?
I feel the same way about Steph Curry. I haven't seen Steph Curry. I need to go see him before it's too late.
That's one I would want to see more, honestly.
Yeah, I need to see Steph Curry live. We're going to ask
how many great Philly athletes are pissed that they don't have a day and like LeBron just gets one before even stepping foot onto the court.
How many great Philly athletes do we have? We got Charles Barkley. I'd be way more pissed if I didn't have a statue and they gave one to Rocky. I think I'd be way more upset about that. They gave a statue to a damn actor.
I mean, are we counting Allen Iverson as a Philly great? Obviously, he's a basketball great, but would you?
No, he's a Philly great. Yeah, he's a Philly great. He won MVP, carried them to the finals.
Rocky deserves a damn statue.
He's not real, Bubba.
Yes, he is.
He's a movie character.
He's inside all of us, John.
I hope so. As you're beating your meat later, I hope you think of Rocky. Dun 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 dun. Da-na-na. You could have been a champion, Bubba.
What's the matter with you, Rock?
I mean, you for other sports in Philly, you've got Wilt Chamberlain, Dr. J, Reggie White, all were Philly athletes. They don't have days after them.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel-Sig wrote in, do we think LeBron's the most hated player in the NBA? Like, I think in NBA history.
The most hated player in NBA history? I mean, I guess he's polarizing in the sense that so many people like are threatened by him because of like the Jordan thing.
I think it's Jason Tatum.
I saw that if he's able to win a championship in Philly, he'd be responsible, I think, for delivering 92 million people a championship. Like when you add up all the cities, is that right? That feels low. How many people live in Los Angeles? Like that feels low.
No, that's definitely because Miami has more than 92 million, I would think.
How many people live in Miami? Maybe it was 490. No, Miami gets credit for having only 6 million residents in the metro area.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes
I think you're right.
If they're just counting the metro, then
Los
maybe
Angeles,
12 in the 13 in the metro area for LA. It says on AI.
Okay.
Maybe it was right. I just feel like that feels low, like you said.
3.87 inside city limits. Yeah, 12 million if you look in the metro area is what mine says. So yeah, instead if he wins a title in Philly, he'd be responsible for giving 90 million people a championship.
I just feel like when you take into consideration all of SoCal and all of South Florida, that you do that with LA and Miami.
Yeah.
Just kind of taking into account the whole area.
The Lakers fan base has more than 9 million people in it.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
If I was Brian Dawkins, I'd be pissed at LeBron James Day.
Yeah. They just ain't got the juice, I guess. I want to watch the Creed movies again, Bubba. Do you think I got to show Rachel the Rocky ones? Because I don't really want to go through and watch all the Rocky ones.
I don't think you have to.
No, I think you're good there.
I just start at Creed.
I feel like they do a good enough job of kind of explaining any backstory they would need in the first one.
Yeah,
and if you have any questions, like, he's just an old boxer.
Yeah. Like I just feel like she probably at least knows like Rocky, maybe not like the ins and outs of Rocky, but knows like who it is.
And as long as she understands that it's Adonis's son and that there's the dynamic then they're good.
So he had a rival that then became his best buddy. Then that guy died. But
in the ring. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be fine.
Catch up to speed there because every time I'm scrolling Netflix, I see Creed and Creed 2 and Creed 3, and I'm like, I love these movies.
Which was your favorite of the three?
I don't know. That's a good question. I loved 1.
Yeah, of course.
And like when I saw 1, I was like, okay, this is going to be a hit franchise. But then I love 2 and 3 as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked all of them.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and rewatch them to see which one my favorite was. But I know 1 hit me hard.
I think 3's got the best bad guy in it, though.
Is that Jonathan Majors?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, 3's got the best bad guy for sure.
What happened to that guy?
Just the one.
He got like it was like a domestic abuse thing.
He's doing. I think he's doing a lot of straight to DVD movies now.
Yeah.
I think I've seen some of that. I wonder how he feels seeing the new like.
Well, didn't he get like?
No, he got canceled. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think all that stuff kind of got put to the wayside at some point, but
he's not going to prison for it.
Yeah,
but
once something comes out like that, it's really hard to come back.
Yeah, he lost out on like the Marvel. Like,
yeah,
he was supposed to be like the new.
He was going to be Kang.
Yeah, he was going to make millions and millions and millions of dollars of that, and he fumbled that bag and went from a borderline A-lister after the Creed movie to kind of like I said, I think he was doing like a straight to DVD
The most recent movie I feel like he did was like, I don't know if the story's about like this possibly autistic like powerlifter.
Okay.
There is some like inspiring story about that, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Very talented actor, though.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give him that.
He's doing a movie with the Daily Wire, which is that Matt Walsh like right wing thing. So like that's kind of where he's.
Some call him the LeBron James of Hollywood. Not many, but some.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll switch gears. We'll talk some football. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment. And Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. I picked up a nice 12-pack of Black Cherry White Claw for game nights. Big hit. Smooth, comfortable, just sitting there, just pounding White Claws, playing games. What a beautiful Saturday. Responsibly, of course. Shout out to White Claw Hard Seltzer. Shout out to Cherokee Distributing. All right, Bubba, fire us up a little music. Let's hit some headlines. Josh, the bar is the floor. Bubba really struggled last week with headlines. Let's see how you do.
I've got a couple of them. I'll start here. North Carolina has placed football general manager Mike Lombardi on paid administrative leave, the school announced. I'm trying to figure out why they did that. That came out a little less than an hour ago.
Mike Lombardi is a much maligned personality when it comes to football. It seems like a lot of people don't really like him or respect him. It seems like pretty much lately the only person that ever really vouches for him is Bill Belichick. It feels like it's kind of Bill Belichick is the only person that kind of believes in him. UNC announced it, but did not disclose any other details, Matt. So, Josh, so I don't know if you'll be able to find any more information here. Quote, as is standard procedure with personnel matters, leadership, staff, and student athletes are prohibited from addressing this topic further and has no reflection on the merits, the school said. So, like, I don't think you're going to really get more information, but
disgracing the family name. That's not really his family.
Not really his family, but yeah, the Lombardi name. He hasn't had a good run at North Carolina. You know, he called them the 33rd NFL team. That was immediately laughed at. He's a part of the whole like beef with the Patriots, where North Carolina, where North Carolina wasn't letting the Patriots come there and scout their players, which feels dumb. Of course, there's the Jordan Hudson thing there. It's been a train wreck, and Lombardi might be out, and it might be the end of it, which, you know, would probably not bode well for Bill Belichick's future, of course.
He was the highest paid GM in college football.
Yep.
I mean, he's done nothing but kind of get handed this opportunity from Bill Belichick himself. And I don't know, maybe this coincides with Live Golf kind of crumbling. He already took a trip over to Saudi Arabia to try and get some funds. Maybe he's just going to go and maybe try and revive Live Golf instead of do some North Carolina football stuff.
I don't like him. He seems pretty smug and arrogant to me. I don't know many people, like I said, that vouch for him. So it felt like a matter of time. I was kind of surprised he came back for year 2, but I guess he's not going to make it.
Doesn't seem like it. All right, next up for you, we kind of got on a little bit of a Marvel talk at the end of hour 1. They had San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. They announced two pretty big castings. David Johnson has been cast as T'Challa's son in Black Panther 3. That is set to release in December of 2028. And Ryan Gosling has been cast as Ghost Rider. That will also be a 2028 release.
Okay, so Black Panther 3. Okay, so they're fast forwarding.
They're going to have to, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I saw that they had casted David Johnson. I thought that they were just recasting him, but they're not. I felt a little weird about it when I thought they were just recasting, but I think
so. They introduced his kid at the end of the second one.
Okay.
He will play the grown-up version of him.
I think that's cool then.
Yep, I'm good with that.
If they were just going to try to pass him off as Chadwick Boseman, I thought that was going to be too weird, and they shouldn't do that, which is why the film's been delayed so long. But I didn't think Ryan Coogler would really do that to disrespect.
No. Well, if you were going to do that, you were going to do that heading into Black Panther 2 and not have a movie about how Chadwick's character passed away in canon and then recast that same guy for Black Panther 3. That just wouldn't have made any sense.
I think this is a bad idea for Ryan Coogler because he's underneath such a tight umbrella and like pretty much like a naval ship of like an entity that is like Marvel. And like
they let him have
the freedoms that we saw with Fruitvale Station, and then eventually we can see Sinners, which is phenomenal. So it's like the amount of restricting that they can do with
Creed. Don't forget Creed.
Yeah, but they kind of let Coogler do whatever he needs to do with the Black Panther stuff. They kind of let him do that. I'm sure they give him like the points he needs to hit, but they kind of let him go do his thing, from what I know anyway.
Okay, so was Boseman? Did he die during the filming of Black Panther 2?
No, it was before they filmed it.
Okay, so they just
the second movie was pretty much about how he passed away, and they just kind of integrated that real life story
They
into
used
the movie.
his sister, little sister Shuri. She became
the new
like
Black
the Black Panther.
Right, that's what I'm asking though. But like, did
no, they hadn't started. They had the
know
script.
like it was going to be his last movies? Like, did they?
No, they had no idea. They knew it was going to be. They had. I mean, he kept it very quiet.
No, I know. That's why I'm curious. Like, was he supposed to? Was the Black Panther character supposed to die and be passed off to somebody?
He was. They had a whole second movie already written for Chadwick, and then he passed away, and they had to kind of scrap it and obviously rework the whole thing.
So they did the movie. He died. Then they just did a different movie. Is that what you're saying?
They wrote.
I don't know if
the
I've ever
movie.
watched Black Panther 2. Is what I'm getting
so
at.
they wrote the movie, had a script for it. Then he passed away. No shooting had been done.
Okay.
Then
so they did.
rewrote
Okay.
it
So yeah,
after
they
that.
did the whole second.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Understood. Moving on.
But yeah, then Ryan Gosling is your Ghost Rider.
It's kind of funny that Gosling just, is going to cash out and just get as many of these high-paying big gigs as he could get. He tried to do like the super serious actor thing, and then he, I don't want to say failed at it because he was good at it, but like the movies weren't like necessarily big successes in the 2010s. So now he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to do Project Hail Mary and make a whole bunch of money. I'm going to do Barbie and make a whole bunch of money. And now I'm going to join the Marvel universe.
I thought Project Hail Mary was great.
No, Project Hail Mary was great. I'm just saying like it was a big like blockbuster type of
fair.
movie.
That is fair. And apparently he was the one who went to Marvel about the idea. He was like, I want to play this.
Really?
Let me play it.
I mean, it seems like he'll be a cool Death Rider.
Yeah, well,
or Ghost Rider, sorry, not
they
Death Rider,
they got
Ghost Rider.
they already have a director for that movie. It's Sean Levy, and he did Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
The only thing that I hope that they don't do with that is Ghost Rider's supposed to be kind of a somewhat serious character. We don't need that much, we don't need Deadpool kind of comedy in that movie.
I don't think they'll do that.
I hope not. I just know with the movies that Sean Levy has, he's got Night at the Museum, Free Guy. He did do he's doing the Star Wars movie that comes out next year, but he also did, Real Steel, The Adam Project, The Internship, things like that. So that's my only concern with Levy doing it. He's a good director. I just don't want it to be too comedic.
Kind of funny because Gosling's woman, Eva Mendes, was in the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. And now she's her man's Ghost Rider again.
Yep.
You talked about Deadpool. I did see Ryan Reynolds go undercover.
Do the gray Deadpool thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You see that, Sam? He dressed up as Deadpool. I don't know why Deadpool was blue. Why was Deadpool like gray in that one?
I think it was just a bit from the comics, and
Okay.
but he was taking pictures with people who had no idea it was him
Yeah.
until after they took the pictures with him.
he
I thought
in-
that was pretty cool.
He was in costume at this big, nerd convention and like just on the floor taking pictures, meeting people, but they didn't know who it was. They just thought he was a cosplayer, and then like, had a big reveal.
It's funny
on the floor whenever the Doomsday crew was out there. He went up, got on the microphone and asked, and it was very clearly Ryan Reynolds. And everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, and then they put out the second trailer for Doomsday 2 at Comic-Con. I know it's not out to the public yet, but it got leaked and I watched it. It looks better than the one that they put out to the public, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay, good.
So,
Because I'd seen people coming out of that being a little weary about Doctor Doom and about
he looks great.
About Robert Downey Jr.'s
I think he looks
accent
fantastic.
and everything.
His accent sounded awesome in the
Okay.
trailer that got. Have you seen the trailer? Did you go watch it?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a Marvel god to that level. I don't really care enough about the trailer.
No, I saw that. I think it looks better than the one that they put out. So I was pleased with that one.
Sam, you got any headlines you want to hop in with?
Yeah. Big news out of the NBA rookie class, according to Bill Simmons. If you are a Bulls fan, you wouldn't have any sperm left in your body after watching Caleb Wilson's Summer League debut.
Yeah, such a weird thing for a 60-year-old man to say.
Still got his
on a
fastball.
pretty PG PG podcast. Like you should be allowed to kind of listen to Bill Simmons with your kids and probably assume that it's going to be pretty safe because he's pretty vanilla. Then all of a sudden you get to him, boom, talking about how he wouldn't have any, quote, sperm left in his body.
This was pretty early in the episode too, wasn't it?
I don't know if I actually heard that episode. I listened to I think all of them, but that line didn't stand out to me. So I was like, did I miss this? What happened? Was I asleep? But yeah, Bill Simmons fired up to say the least for Caleb Wilson.
The Arizona Cardinals continue to just be one of the most inept franchises in the sport, as They have reached an agreement with journeyman backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett to increase his pay for 2026, a new one-year deal worth $15.5 million with a chance to get up to $21 million. So, credit to the Arizona Cardinals for getting, just bending the knee to a career backup who won him one game last year.
That wasn't even the Arizona Cardinals headline I thought you were going to give me there. Like, yeah,
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, shout out to Jacoby Brissett. He gets a nice little pay bump and gets to, make one probably final big payday. But no, I thought it was much more interesting seeing Nathaniel Hackett, their OC, get asked about their running back room. And he just, says, quote, "I'm really excited about it. Excited for James Conner to get out there and show what he's got. I mean, all the guys." And then he was asked specifically about Jeremiah Love and the progression. And he just said, quote, "I mean, he's definitely a rookie." I thought that was funny, him going out there and immediately trying to throw water on the excitement that the Cardinals have. Like Marvin Harrison Jr., I think everyone's given up on him. Jacoby Brissett, I don't think anybody's excited for him. Carson Beck, don't think anybody's really excited for him. Pretty much the only thing they have to sell is Jeremiah Love. And their OC immediately comes out and tries to throw water on that by putting over James Conner and then talking about the rookie mistakes that Love is making. Josh, anything else we need to hit?
I can get one more for you. Let me pull it back up while I was looking around on the internet. Yeah, here we go. Morgan Wallen put out new single, "Been By Now." It already hit number 1. Seems to be doing pretty good. I listened to it. I thought it was fine. I don't know if y'all are big Wallen guys or not, but
not particularly.
He also won up at Indy. The car that he sponsors won the Cup race yesterday.
I didn't even know he sponsored a car.
He also sponsored the Indy 500 winning car too.
Is the Cup race the main one? Like that's his car one? Is his face on it, or is he?
Just one of his brands and his name.
Okay. Was the headline his song, or was the headline that he was at the big house wearing a damn Charles Woodson?
That's what I was going to say. Was that real? Because Morgan Wallen, I never really liked
real.
the guy, but he's officially dead to me, honestly, wearing that.
I feel like Charles Woodson's one of the main jerseys you can't wear, right?
If you're a self-proclaimed Tennessee fan, you can't go play that show at the big house and wear that jersey. Wear any other jersey. Wear Tom Brady did.
I feel like he's done a pretty good job of not going full Kenny Chesney. I feel like
he didn't do it at Alabama. He didn't do it at Florida.
I feel like he's done a good job of being like, hey, I'm a Tennessee guy. This is a legit fandom. I'm not going to do anything that you can hold against me or my school. But I do feel like if you could power rank jerseys that you can't wear,
that is one of them.
Charles Woodson's in the top 10.
Like Sam said, Michigan's got plenty of good players that.
Yeah. If he's wearing a Braylon Edwards jersey, I don't think anybody has beef there. Now, you can't wear any basketball jerseys. We got beef with the basketball program. You can't. Maybe you could have got by the Jalen Rose or Chris Webber one from before, but none of the Tim Hardaway.
I saw people talking about that on Twitter. I saw some people defending him, saying he's only 4 when that whole thing happened. But if I wasn't even alive when that happened, and I know not to do that, and I back Wallen all the time, but I'm like, you probably should have done that one.
But they're also not giving you money to play there.
That's a good point.
I'd wear any jersey if you give me enough money to.
I'm not nearly talented enough to sing in front of 100.
Except I wouldn't wear Jabbar Gaffney. I wouldn't wear that one. I'd wear the hell out of a Percy Harvin jersey, though.
Bubba's suiting up in his damn ISIS jersey to go out there and collect his check. No, he might, he's born in 1993. So yeah, he wasn't necessarily of age, but any damn Tennessee fan.
Peyton Manning ought to slap him the first time he sees him.
Peyton Manning's a Longhorn fan now, Sam.
What the hell is happening to that box up there that was watching Tony Vitello win a championship? Vitello's gone. Peyton roots for Texas, and Morgan Wallen
conspiring against us, clearly.
Do you think Morgan Wallen was trolling Peyton? Do you think maybe this was just to make Peyton upset? Is there a chance that this was a joke?
We're making Morgan Wallen sound way too smart.
No, I know.
What are the odds they just had Charles Woodson in attendance, and they're just like, oh, hey, here's a jersey to represent him?
He came out with Aiden Hutchinson. Just put on a damn Aiden Hutchinson jersey.
I figured he'd have done Brady. I feel like that would have been the easiest one.
Yeah, you could also say you're trolling Peyton there too if you're trying to do an a little joke for.
He was probably trying to be a little more niche with the jersey, and it honestly probably just didn't even cross his mind because he didn't even think about it.
I can't say he wasn't thinking about it because Woodson won a damn Heisman. He's one of, if not their most popular. Brady, of course, but outside of Brady, Woodson's number 2 for sure. And Woodson was a bigger college player than Brady was. So, like, Woodson's their main go-to college football player of my lifetime. Again, Brady, of course, the NFL career puts him ahead, but he wasn't.
No, Woodson had the better college career.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as popular. Desmond Howard, on that list as well. So you could wear a Desmond Howard.
That was another jersey you could have worn.
Feels like an act of war from Morgan Wallen. Feels like treason.
Peppers.
But like I said, he's done a pretty good job of not doing that.
I mean, would you rather have him worn an Alabama or Florida one, or Charles Woodson Michigan one? I mean, I feel like that answer is pretty easy.
I mean, it's not SEC, but it is though rival to Heisman.
I don't know what one jersey though from Alabama he could have worn that would have been.
Any of them. For me, any of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is. If I saw him in crimson and white, I'd have been pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
Same with Florida. Any Florida jersey, I would have been pretty mad.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd wear 15 Tim Tebow.
Tebow's almost superseded Florida. When I think of Tim Tebow now, there's not like 1 ounce of hate.
Of the Mets, AAA baseball player Tim Tebow?
No, the child activist Tim Tebow, the one that's trying to save all those kids. Like Tim Tebow to me is...
That's a good hill to die on.
Yeah, Tim Tebow is like stamped as far as I'm concerned. Like him going to Congress and doing all that. Like I don't have any hate in my heart for Tim Tebow now at this point. Like I think nothing but good thoughts about him.
What would you have done if he showed up in Gainesville with that AAA Tebow jersey? That would have been kind of funny.
That'd have been funny, yeah. Or like a Patriots Tebow jersey,
Yeah.
like from the 1 week he was there. Like that could have been funny. But and even if he wore a Tim Tebow Florida jersey, I might even not even been that upset about it because, like I said, Tebow to me kind of.
Vol Twitter would have been very upset if he did that,
been.
though.
They would have been for sure.
I don't mind Tebow. I probably wouldn't have been the biggest fan of him wearing his jersey, but if there was one Florida jersey that could have maybe gotten a pass at some point for me that I would have gotten over, it would have been him. Anybody else, though, absolutely not.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if there's any like particular Alabama player outside of like Henry To'oTo'o that would have been like.
I mean, I can't stand all of them.
Aggressive, but the Charles Woodson one did make me raise my eyebrows and say,
I kind of thought it was fake for a little bit.
I did wonder. Then I was like, who the hell's taking the time to fake this? Anything else, Sam, you need to hit? Any other headlines?
I'll save the next couple that I got.
Sounds good. We'll talk some football coming up next. Bubba, send us a timeout. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
All right, coming out of SEC Media Days, the Vols, no surprise. I think this is kind of where we thought they would be. Projected eighth in the conference. The voters have Georgia at number 1, Texas at number 2, Ole Miss at 3. Is that a little surprising, Ole Miss at 3?
I think it's very high, personally.
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit surprising. Feels like it's just like kind of giving them that spot based on some returning talent like what they did last year.
Texas A&M at 4, LSU, Alabama 5 and 6, Oklahoma at number 7. And when you look at the actual like points, there's a pretty big drop off. Like 4 through 7, 3 through 7, all jumbled up. Like Ole Miss received 2,004 points, Texas A&M 1967, LSU 1961, Alabama 1930, which means that those schools got kind of, flip-flopped among most voters. Then there's a pretty big gulf down to number 8. It goes from 1,900 points to 1,300 points, and that's where Tennessee comes in. So to me, they have Tennessee. Like it's almost like they've broken it up in tiers. Tier 1, Georgia and Texas, like your championship, your championship game, your championship projection. And then they got tier 2 as Ole Miss, A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma. Then a big gap. Tier 3, that you could probably say is Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, South Carolina, Auburn.
And then everybody else.
And then pretty much everybody else. Yeah, like Vandy maybe would be in it. Like maybe you could put Vandy, Auburn, and South Carolina in their own tier because it's like 956 to 751, whereas Tennessee, Florida, Missouri are at least like in the thousands. Tennessee had 1,300 points. Florida had 1,200 points. Missouri had 11. So if you wanted to say like Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, their own tier, I'd be okay with that. And then, South Carolina, Vandy maybe in their own tier. And then the very bottom, Bubba's Kentucky Wildcats, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. Sam, anything jump out to you on those projections, on those standings?
I mean, obviously, I feel like you go to these every year, and there's always going to be like one team that's kind of in that top, I would say 5 or 6 that kind of just has a really disappointing year, and I think falls out of that upper echelon that you kind of talk about in the conference. I would, I'd bet good money that it is going to be one of the three of Ole Miss, A&M, and LSU, in my opinion, there out of those like top 5 in the SEC. I think one of those teams is due for kind of a turn back. Honestly, I might go with A&M. I'm just not super high on this A&M team. I've never really been a massive Marcel Reed guy. I know he's got some returning production with, his skill position guys, but replacing a lot on that offensive line and a lot of that defense is gone as well. I know that that's Mike Elko's specialty, so he should be able to somewhat kind of reload that defense, but with what is just missing out of that offensive line this year, and I'm still a little skeptical, is just Marcel Reed as a passer. I kind of feel like A&M might be getting a little overinflated in some of these.
Josh, Bubba, anything stand out to you from the SEC standing projection?
The thing that stuck out to me was just Alabama being at 6, and I'm not saying because they shouldn't be there. It's just the lowest that I've seen Alabama in an SEC preseason poll in my lifetime. I mean, normally we're used to them being probably 3 at the lowest, and seeing them closer to the middle of the conference than the upper part was just pretty different, pretty shocking.
That is a great point. I do wonder when the last time they've been projected outside the top 5 is.
It's had to have been forever. Like I said,
last year, maybe. Was there
I think they were top 4 last year.
Okay. I know there's still a lot of talent.
Look it up, but
I know people are saying that they were maybe the most talented team in the country, so I would be surprised if they were out of it. I can't imagine there was any time during Nick Saban's tenure.
Last year they were 3.
Okay.
So
I can't imagine any time during Nick Saban's tenure outside of his first year.
Yeah. That was exactly my point. And like I said, it's not because I feel like that's where they deserve to be. I think that's exactly where they should be. But just actually seeing it and that being, what it is just really surprising. First time in my life that I've seen that. And then I think we're dead on where we need to be.
I think Florida's too high.
Maybe by just a hair, but I mean, who behind them would you
by a toe perhaps?
Yeah.
What do you think John Summerall was mad at his wife for coming out and telling everybody that he likes to get pedicures?
I think that's just part of becoming not only a new coach in the SEC, but a new wife in the SEC. You can't give either your own fan base or opposing fan bases ammo whenever it goes bad.
Baby, you're supposed to have my back.
She'll learn.
You put this out there. You gave them ammunition to make fun of me. Now, look, I don't think necessarily getting a pedicure is anything I can't do it because I got gross toes, but I'd love to go get a pedicure. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it, but
no, it's just if Florida loses 3 games in a row, they're going to say, why are you going to get pedicures instead of in the film room type of thing.
Great move by his wife, though. It helped her go viral, and she's a looker.
Yeah, maybe that will just boost the the public image of Florida a little bit more.
I kind of came out of there thinking, okay, she's hot, but also she's got a little spunk to her. Like she seems like a little bit like a firecracker. It was good. It was good PR for John Summerall's wife. But if I'm John Summerall, I'm like, really, baby? You just have to go up there and try to embarrass me? I'm having enough trouble being Tulane's coach coming here into the SEC. They already don't like me. They already don't think I'm going to be any good. Now you're going to give them more reasons not to like me? Josh, you said you think Tennessee's right where they need to be. I got no real issue with it in terms of a preseason projection. Like you could honestly probably spin zone it and say it's Josh Heupel in Tennessee getting a little respect because a true freshman quarterback, probably wouldn't get voted much higher than 8th on any school.
I think us being 8 is a testament to how good our returning skill players are, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you could say it's a testament to the roster that you're even picked to finish 8th with a freshman quarterback. Because I don't think Oklahoma would be higher than us if they had a freshman quarterback. Same for you could even say maybe A&M or LSU wouldn't get that rub or Ole Miss, but Heupel getting ahead of some schools with a freshman quarterback maybe actually a compliment. But 8th. Not high enough to feel overrated, not low enough to feel disrespected. I don't feel the same way about the all SEC teams.
No, I had huge issues with that, massive issues. Staley not even being on any of or was he wasn't on any of them, was he?
He wasn't on any of them.
That's ridiculous.
Like that to me, I feel like you could have, you could come out of there feeling a little disrespected about that.
Ryan Coleman Williams shouldn't even be on the SEC preseason first team either with the year he had last year.
Shouldn't be on any of the teams.
No, like
kind of just not good at football.
Yeah, like him being first team does feel crazy. It's almost like, look, I've been there before where you go there and you're filling out a ballot and you're kind of like, I don't really know where I should go with my defensive tackles, like second team and third team. But I don't feel like wide receivers should be that position.
No,
I feel like
absolutely not.
Wide receivers should be one of those where you can just kind of sort stats and fill it out. Like it's like a handful of those guys probably got there and just, I remember that catch against Georgia. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, he didn't have a very good year last year at all, right? Like,
no,
his freshman
he had
year,
drop problems. I mean, it wasn't good. And, like, for him to be over a Mario Craver or somebody like that, and Staley should at least be all SEC second team. At least.
It feels like it, especially when you combine, I mean, like, last year's production with this year's projection. And, again, you could say that you don't buy Faison Brandon as a freshman quarterback. And okay, yeah, like I don't necessarily think you should invest in Tennessee playoff tickets, but like I do think Tennessee's still going to move the ball through the air. Like the overall statistics for Braylon Staley still going to be pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
And I've said it since the end of last year. I think we're going to have 2,000-yard receivers this year. I think Mike and Staley are going to get there.
Ryan Williams had one game over 100 yards last year, and it was against Wisconsin in the second week of the year.
That's the only one he had all year?
Yeah. He was just not good last year. He had drop problems. It was just not a good year. It makes absolutely zero sense that he's all SEC preseason first team.
What was the closest he got for a second game?
After that, I think it was against us.
98 yards against Vanderbilt. Yeah, he had 87 against us.
It did suck that he was actually pretty good against us. Like, he made some big plays. I was like, of course.
How do y'all feel about Deshaun being third team?
Well, I was going to say, like, I feel like the fact that you already said Staley didn't make it, he was on no teams. That's the biggest head scratcher.
I think Deshaun has an argument to be over Nate Frazier of Georgia, but outside of that, I didn't have a whole lot.
But
of
would you
issues
have?
with
I think you would have liked to see Deshaun Bishop just off this list.
I would. I want that even more.
Yeah, just a bigger chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, just more fuel to the fire.
Undervaluing us as a whole too. I mean, judging by this, I mean, we're going to be the third best team in the SEC this season. I don't know what to tell you, but it's just going to happen. Our line, pretty much, third team, or just David Sanders and Wendell Moe. How did Carter third team as well?
How did Lance Hurd find his way on all SEC second team over some of these guys? That's another one I don't necessarily understand because I mean he had an okay year last year, but it wasn't all that good.
Having Lance Hurd ahead of David Sanders Jr. just feels dumb. Again, it feels like I don't even know how you come to that takeaway because not only is he like going to Kentucky, but also like David Sanders Jr. was a freshman All-American last year. He's got the high pedigree, and also like the school where both Lance Hurd and David Sanders Jr. were at. The school looked and said, we'd rather have David Sanders Jr. At left tackle. So, yeah, putting Lance Hurd ahead of him just feels dumb. Now, look, the preseason stuff doesn't matter. Like I said, I've been there before. I've cast a ballot. Did I feel like I was as educated as the most educated person there when it came to filling those out? No, not even close. Do I feel like I was the dumbest person there? No, not even close. And I feel like that should scare you because there were people there that were just completely randomly filling stuff out. So, like, whenever you actually have seen the way the process works, you don't get as fired up about it. But I was shocked to see no Tennessee wide receivers on the list.
And then defensively, I mean, I was surprised to not see Amari Campbell there, and I was also surprised to not see Ty Redmond.
Yeah, I mean, or Big X. I mean, like some of those Penn State transfers deserve a little love. Now, maybe I haven't gone through the list. I don't know how many actual transfers are on this. Now, I did see like Cam Coleman, who was a transfer, but he was already in the
within
SEC.
the conference.
Yeah, I don't know how many newcomers have made the list. I don't know if it's like a bias or what, but like, yeah, for Tennessee to only have one defensive player on there and it be Carter, who
left at one point.
I don't want to say got recruited over, but like at the same time, I think whenever we brought in his replacement, I don't think anybody was like really upset about it from an on-field standpoint. And again, that's not disrespectful to Carter. I'm not intending to be. I'm just saying Carter being the only representative on Tennessee's defense again just feels uneducated. to me.
I could have maybe seen Ethan Davis be a preseason SEC third teamer at tight end too over Willie Rodriguez at Kentucky. He's not going to be over Lawson Luckie or Trey Green, but I could have seen him maybe sliding into that third team spot. I think Ethan Davis is going to have a big year.
Yeah, I won't cry about him not being on there.
No,
now,
I don't have a big of an issue with him as I do with other ones.
Yeah, like if you told me Ethan Davis played his way onto an all-SEC team by the end of the year, I wouldn't say that you were wrong. My issue, and you know, Lacey, Hardy, and Baugh are all studs. Like all three of those guys, really good. Like you said, Nate Frazier versus Deshaun Bishop. Okay,
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
You know, you could clearly make the case that Bishop's going to have a better year than him, but I'm not going to get too mad about second team versus third team. My issue comes with, like Sam said, Ryan Coleman-Williams. How long has the Coleman been there?
Like 6 months. He just did that.
Okay, I didn't think I saw that last year. Ryan Coleman-Williams being first team and no Vols cracking the wide receiver was a head scratcher. David Sanders Jr. being third team to me was a head scratcher. Outside of that, not going to give it too much attention. And I would take the over if you set the over at 0.5 of all SEC first or second team players this year. I would say we'll have somebody be at least first or second team.
I think we'll have
in the conference.
We might not even get a couple of them.
There might be multiple guys. Sure, I'm saying I'm hammering the over of 0.5 though, and the projections have 0. So you'll have some players clearly outperform their expectations.
I kind of like this stuff. I like our team being a little bit, just guys that you feel like I think locally definitely have a much better reasoning to be on one of these teams, and you kind of get left off from preseason. I think that's a good little kick in the rear end to get going for this season.
To go show us something.
Yeah, go prove it.
The Deshaun Bishop.
This team's got a lot to prove, I think, and in a good way. Like you can kind of rally behind that.
I'm excited for Deshaun Bishop, who, look, I know I fall victim of it sometimes too, of still thinking of him as just a walk-on guy, but he's a proven SEC back 100% at this point. And I don't feel like he gets nearly enough respect for his production and what he's going to do in this offense.
Damn right he doesn't, John.
As the lead guy. And look, I do it too, Bubba. I'm not pointing fingers at everybody else. By the way, did you see that Bo Jackson highlight video from Ohio State this weekend?
Yeah.
I clearly see why they were all in on DGG. That running back Bo Jackson did not really have any what you call next level speed.
What do you mean, John? They didn't even want him.
He didn't have the breakaway stuff that I think you want from a big time program. But he
would you rather
didn't even want DD?
Would you rather want a running back with concrete feet that doesn't sacrifice, doesn't bend the knee to the blocko?
Yeah. Do I still have to have the piano on his back or no? Because it did not seem like he was running away from any defenses. So I clearly see why they were all in on DGG, but I also feel like during that whole conversation, they were really disrespectful to Deshaun Bishop too, acting as if he'll definitely come in and start over Bishop, but he won't start over Bo Jackson. I think he could start right now over Bo Jackson.
He would. He'd start over Bo Jackson as a senior in high school.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson might start over Bo Jackson.
Yeah. At this age, just bringing him in. That clip from the weekend was pretty jarring, seeing to me, that's what I think of when I think of Big Ten speed.
How mad is actual Bo Jackson that
has
this
name?
Guy has his name?
There's a whole generation of people that are going to grow up thinking that's Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of what the Chris Lowe article with DGG when he was asking him about Herschel Walker, and he didn't really know Herschel Walker, which means he definitely didn't know Bo Jackson.
Man, if he didn't know Herschel Walker, that would have drove my offensive line coach in college up a wall. He named his son after Herschel Walker.
What do you name him? Walker or Herschel?
Walker.
Okay. It'd been really cool if he just named him Herschel. Yeah. Yeah, Bo Jackson, the real Bo Jackson, probably does feel sick knowing that guy's carrying on that name legacy. But I do think Deshaun Bishop, even being third team All SEC, that's fifth best as an SEC running back. I think that probably a little low. And just the way the Ohio State fans talked about him, probably a little disrespectful. I'm excited to watch your boy Bubba run behind this offensive line in this offense.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
You and me both, John.
He's just going to help out whoever the quarterback is so much. I think people are really looking past that. Having a good running back as a safety blanket for a young quarterback is absolutely huge. It's complimentary football at its finest when you can do that. When you can help out your young cat back there.
Hopefully, Bubba, he's shored up some of the drops in the pass game he had early last year.
He does look extremely uncomfortable catching the football.
Yeah,
he was never built for that.
Well, I know, but hopefully he's improved at it because I do think he's going to be. I said it last week. I do think he's going to be much more of the Dylan Sampson type, meaning that he's going to get like 85% of our touches, and like he's going to be able to have to catch out of the backfield if that's going to be the case.
We just need him to be able to be comfortable catching screens.
That's it. Yeah,
we don't need him catching these swing passes, these Texas routes, or these corner routes out of the backfield. Just catch a halfback screen once a game and catch a defense napping and take it 20 yards.
Yeah, we don't need him to be out there perfecting the wheel route, Bubba, beating linebackers down the field. We don't need that. Just catch it out of the backfield, a little check down, and get 10, 15 yards. That's it. I'm David Sanders Jr. If I see this, it'd be a nice fuel to my fire too.
Mm-hmm.
Be some nice fuel. Bubba, send us to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
1, 2, let's go. Where the action that I'm pulling up. Let's go. Get some bad in this club. Let's go. Get up. Car service, black truck. Let's go. Get up. We the ballers with the bucks. Let's go. Get up. Take you shopping, get some clothes, baby. Let's go. Get up. My clef when you cold, baby. Let's go. Get up. Go ahead, touch your toes, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Pop it on them.
9 Texas Longhorns made the first, second, or third team offense or defense. I didn't include a 10th player an 11th player. The long snapper made. I didn't include him.
I mean, it's probably deservedly so, though. I mean, that's
sure,
probably the most talented roster in college football.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I think the NFL mock drafts would have a whole bunch of Texas guys on there too at their positions for sure. But like that Texas roster, almost tripling you up when it comes to preseason accolades, coming in as a very talented team. Although Arch Manning, Sam, does that surprise you that Arch Manning gets the number 2 spot? I think we both said Trinidad would get the number 1 billing as first team All SEC preseason quarterback. It went the way we thought with Trinidad, Arch, and Gunnar Stockton. I think we nailed the 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, not really surprising to me at all there. I thought, Trinidad popped the most last year, showing you kind of the most proven production. Arch, I think you would obviously take his supporting cast around him and probably bet on him kind of turning it around as his second season as a full starter. But yeah, I got no issues with how they did first, second, and third team here regarding the quarterbacks. Didn't realize how many returning starters Georgia has. That's pretty scary. That's good that we don't have to play them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking up Georgia's return, number of guys. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on offense, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 guys on defense. So they're more talented than Texas when it comes to just the preseason love. It is nice to not have them on the schedule.
They have the second most returning starters in the country.
Yeah, it also makes sense as to why they are, the preseason favorites now, to win the SEC. Now, Tennessee's returning production's in a pretty good spot too.
It is. Yeah, the most in the country is USC with 15. Georgia's sitting there at 14. Tennessee comes back with 13.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought we were just right there behind them. So, I don't know, if our returning production is near the same level as Georgia's per se, but like if you buy an experience, Tennessee's returning production is high up on the list. And, Deshaun Bishop, a big part of that. Staley Matthews, a big part of that. On the defensive side of the ball, it does feel like even your newcomers, though, are coming in with experience for the most part, right? Like when you look at the transfers, does that get included? That doesn't get.
I don't think it's not
there,
here
right?
on CBS Sports because it's just adding all the guys that like played for Tennessee last year. But
so like if you add in just the experience from the transfer portal, with the Penn State guys, the Michigan guys, like you can
pencil in 3 more starters returning at least on that defense that know what they're doing, type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee is only really young at the quarterback position. Now, of course, that's the most important position. But like if you could just tell me that Faison Brandon plays like a sophomore, does that not change like the preseason feeling about Tennessee?
It absolutely does. We just need competent quarterback play with the returning production we have.
Yeah.
I've said that all summer.
Like if I just tell you like he's a sophomore that played like 3 games last year, does the national perception not drastically change?
And there's probably like with a Josh Heupel coach team, I would say that there's maybe the only other position that you would feel comfortable with just knowing that a Heupel coach team can go out there and like plug and play a guy and he does pretty solid. I would say running back is maybe the only other position other than quarterback that you feel like Heupel can, mold and create something out of. Because, say what you want about Joey Aguilar's production last year, but I still feel like that's an overall success, the production that he still had and just the time in which he had to go and learn that system and everything that was kind of thrown at him and the situation that Heupel and him were kind of put into. I would say that you're in a better standing with the quarterback now this year with Faison or George McIntyre.
What do you think the odds are, Sam, that Faison could have the same level of understanding of Josh Heupel's offense as Joey Aguilar did?
I mean, am I not wrong that Faison Brandon's had the playbook for longer than Joey Aguilar had it?
100%.
So I would say that I think he can because I don't think that Joey Aguilar is levels ahead talent-wise as Faison Brandon.
Do you think he should already come in with a better grasp because he has had the playbook for longer And like, yeah, has basically been like studying this for years now. And even just if you remove that, just the months spent on campus, January versus, end of May, June,
Yeah.
like that's an extra 5 months there. It's not even counting the extra time he had, preparing for this as a high school senior.
I think I would say that just because we have heard so much behind the scenes too about how sharp Faison Brandon is from the mental aspect of the game. It's not only that he is physically gifted already as a freshman, it's that, mentally it feels like he's a really great processor and kind of knows where everything's coming. And so, yeah, I mean, I would hope that Faison Brandon's coming in here and probably does have a little bit of an edge over Joey Aguilar, which when you kind of said it, it made me feel it seemed a little crazy, but just thinking about it for 5 seconds, yeah, I feel like you should have it.
Now, Josh, you played college ball at a smaller non-power school. Do you think from a mental aspect you could go in now, let's say like after playing for 4 years, like Joey Aguilar did, do you think that you could go into a power program and feel up to speed just from a mental aspect of it, being able to grasp everything that you would need to do, the playbook and everything? Or do you feel like that's even worlds different between, the group 5 level versus the power level?
I'll say yes, just because I've already played for 4 years. And that's
right.
The one counter that I was going to make to his argument is Joey was a lot more experienced than Faison was. Joey's seen, he'd seen 5 years worth of ball at that point, or worth of college ball, where Faison's played in wasn't his high school like a single wing offense or something? They weren't throwing the ball a whole heck of a lot. Now he does have the playbook longer, but Joey is a lot more experienced than Faison was coming into it, just with the amount of football he's played.
Yeah.
Joey's seen a lot of defenses. Faison's not seen any collegiate defenses yet. So
Yeah.
that's the one reservation that I have with that. But to answer your question, if you were to drop me in Tennessee's offensive line meeting room and, let me learn the offense for a summer, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd be good. And
do you think you'd have done that as a freshman or just after the 4 years of experience?
It takes time.
Right.
It takes time. Even at my first stop at my first school, it took me about a year to really get what I needed to, and then I left after that and went to Samford, and then it probably took me about half a season there to really understand what they wanted and how to do things. Now Samford's offense was a little bit more unique with some of the techniques we used. I'll get really technical with you. We vertical set because we were an air raid offense, so we weren't setting like a traditional offensive lineman would. We were backing up a whole lot more just because the quarterback was dropping with us. We had deeper routes, all that good stuff. But it'll take a little bit of time. It's definitely an advantage that he's had the playbook this long, and hopefully that can just speed up the process for him. But I can speak for all my teammates. They came in with me. It took us probably about half a season to really understand what they wanted.
Because I wonder, and offensive line obviously going to be a little bit different than a quarterback, but I do wonder like if Joey's experience like prepared him fully, because it wasn't App State, it wasn't like Diablo College, it wasn't at the power level. Was there still that big culture shock of like, hey, now I'm in the SEC, everything's drastically different and I'm having to learn on the fly? Or if it's like, hey, these are just nicer facilities, but it's still what I've already been doing for 4 years. Like we make more money, we eat better food here, we do this and that, but like it's still playing the quarterback position, because then the 4 years, 5 years of experience would weigh out and give you a nice foundation to learning a playbook in 2 months. Whereas, Faison, he'll have had 6 months of a baseline. I did like the nugget on Austin Price and Brent Hubbs, their war room on Friday, where they're talking about Faison Brandon and how during the time off, towards the end of April, how most people went on like vacation and stuff, but Faison came back to campus to like clean up some stuff and like get back
he's not far from home, if I'm not
No, he's not.
mistaken, so.
He's a couple hours, over the mountains.
That's a good advantage that he's got that he can use.
But he came back over to just basically do more mental work to prepare for the starting quarterback spot. So
he wants it. I'll give him that.
He might not have the power playing experience, but I do think the mental stuff, I think, not saying he'll learn all the tricks of the trade, but just the intricacies of Josh Heupel's offense, I think he should have a better grip on it than Aguilar did being thrusted into it. At the very least, if you like weigh out the intangibles and what Joey learned, like Faison, by the time Texas comes to town, shouldn't feel far behind. Shouldn't feel far behind.
Statistically, how much better do you feel like Faison Brandon would need to be than Nico was in 2024? Like I think your defense is going to be a little bit worse than what it was in 2024 this year, but I think what you're bringing back offensively is better than whatever you had around Nico that year.
My biggest pushback there was I think does a 9-game SEC schedule change that? Like if you got to remove one of LSU or Texas off the schedule, then maybe that comparison would work, and you could say, hey, you just need to be like a C+, B- to get to 10 wins and get to the playoff if that's your goal. He's going to have to be better than Nico was to get Tennessee to 10 wins, just because I think the 9-game SEC schedule. If you take Faison and this team and then drop them against that 2024 schedule, I think we'd all be feeling pretty good about the playoffs. I do think the Texas being there is just so big. Because, I mean, like, I know you had to go to Georgia that year, and that was a game that you didn't really feel like you had much of a chance to win. And that's going to be a much tougher road game than Texas A&M was. But Texas A&M still a solid, like, B+ road game at the very least.
I do just feel like at least all your biggest atmospheres are at home.
For sure.
Like A&M is easily that hardest atmosphere that he's going to have to go in and play.
You're just going to have to be perfect on the road outside of Texas A&M and win one of those home games or win 2 of them, and, you can afford 2 road losses. It can happen for sure. Like Tennessee can make the playoff, and he can be as good, like you said, as redshirt freshman Nico was. I do just think the to navigate the schedule is going to be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, no, I mean, I 100% agree with the adding a conference game. I just meant more from like a statistical standpoint.
Oh, yes.
Nico never blew us away, and we were in all of those.
Oh,
games,
yeah, no. If you're just asking about him being as good statistically as Nico, I would say that if he wasn't, it would feel like a pretty big failure because the wide receivers are so much better. The offensive line is so much better. I know Sampson better than Bishop, at least. It's going to be hard for Bishop to, equal what, Sampson did statistically. But, yeah, if you just look at Nico's numbers, if Faison Brand didn't throw for 2,600 yards, I'd be pretty disappointed. If he didn't throw for more than 19 touchdowns, I'd feel pretty disappointed. Now, 5 interceptions, I'd be surprised if he didn't throw at least 5 interceptions. On the ground, Nico only added 358 yards and 3 touchdowns. So 3,000 total yards, essentially. Like, if Faison couldn't do that and 22 touchdowns, I'd be pretty disappointed with that turnout when you look at the returning production he has.
Well, also, I mean, Nico's completion percentage wasn't that great. If
64%. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just stuck on the deep balls.
Yeah, the deep balls, it wasn't good, but 64%. Now, granted, those are a lot of screens. So,
yeah, true.
I think any Tennessee quarterback in this offense should hit 2/3 of your passes. They should be in that 64, 65, 66% range just because we have a lot of layup throws. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with another batch of news. Bubba, wrap this hour up. Send us to break.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk in with Inward Half.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio. You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power rankings, Tuesday trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming
For 3,
from
kicking off
7
here
to
in the
10.
White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour number 3 is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you need any apparel, uniforms, equipment, smathletics.com. They can put your logo on pretty much anything. If you're looking for something for your organization or your company, never really start thinking about company Christmas gifts, I guess. Hell, we're halfway through the year. Over halfway through the year. Got to be 7/12 of the way through the year. smathletics.com. What do you think before we get to headlines? We talked about Nico. I mean, do you think it's impossible to think that Faison could or maybe should come close to Joey's numbers from last year? Joey Aguilar threw for 3,500 yards. He ran for 100. So we'll say 3,600 total yards. He passed for 24 touchdowns, ran for 4 touchdowns. That's 28 total. And he had 10 interceptions. It's a pretty high number of interceptions. I don't know how many fumbles he lost off the top of my head. I don't feel like a lot. I don't feel like there's any big fumbles that stand out, but we'll just say 10 interceptions. Like, is it impossible to think that Faison should at least come close to those numbers?
I don't know. I'm looking at the game log. I would be surprised if we had 1, 2, 3, 4 games on the schedule, SEC games on the schedule, where we're throwing the ball 40 plus times with Faison.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So the passing yards you think are the toughest to replicate?
I feel like it.
The touchdowns, if you're not passing that much, you're probably not going to have the touchdowns either. But you should have a cut down in turnovers for sure. You should have an uptick in rushing yards for sure. Well, just sitting here right now, like, let's just say 13 games. That's what Joey had, 13 games. What total yards do you think Faison Brandon should have in 13 games?
I feel like I'll split the difference between what Nico had and what Joey had. You said Joey was at 34?
No, Joey was at 36. Nico was at 3,000.
26.
Well, I had the rushing yards too.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just talking about total yards.
I think it's I think you could get Faison into the 31, 32 kind of range.
Okay. Bubba?
Well, first and foremost, we don't know if he's going to be starting.
Okay, well, I'm saying that he is. So 3,200 yards in 13 games basically comes out to 245 yards a game.
Are we? I mean, there's gonna be an outlier where it's maybe he throws 298.
Yeah.
Against Furman, but then throws
150 against Texas or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's
I'm
how
gonna say
averages,
29.
It's how averages work, Bubba.
29.78.
29.78. Good answer. Josh, does he crack 3,000?
Passing yards or total yards?
No, total yards. Total yards.
I'm gonna say that's a really good line. I'm gonna say just under, just due to the inexperience, but I think he'll have more passing yards than Nico, but just less rushing yards. And I think it's pretty unrealistic to think he's going to match Joey's passing production. I don't see him leading the SEC in passing after the regular season. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 3,500 passing yards. He's not getting there, but only 100 rushing yards. I think he could get. Sam said 3,200. I mean, 246 yards a game. I think that's a realistic goal. I'd probably settle for 3,000.
I'd be happy with like 215, 220 a game.
Just when you also consider that there's one less bought game as well from both Joey and Nico, where they had 3 loser games, and Josh, this year you only get 2.
Nico was a master at the stat padding in the
for
games.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
I think we're gonna run less plays, just with a younger quarterback, regardless of who it is. Like our up tempo might not be as much there.
Okay.
And so with that, less plays happen, and then
I'd be interested to see what we do, because I do feel like our offense just needs to go fast to be at its most effective. But at the same time, like it's a young quarterback.
More prone to mistakes. Yeah.
But also to build on what we just talked about, he's been here and had the playbook for how long? He should be able to run the offense pretty dang fast.
Yeah, but like you said though, like it's all about actual like real experience. Like running the offense fast in practice is one thing. Doing it in an SEC game and Josh having confidence in doing that would be another. But hey, maybe Faison hits the ground running and earns that trust from the coaches.
Well, he's got 3 games to kind of build into that. I mean, Furman's going to be Furman. We'll beat the crap out of them. Then you get a test in week 2 to see, if you're able. I anticipate Hype trying to start fast against Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
See if you can do it. And then Georgia Tech will kind of be your marker there. If you can't do it against Georgia Tech, you probably need to slow it down when you get to conference play.
Yep.
But if you can do it against Georgia Tech on the road at night, maybe you can do it in conference play.
Kicking off hour 2 with some headlines. Following up on the hour 3, thank you. Following up on the Michael Lombardi headline from hour 2, it does say that it came from North Carolina's administration, and Bill Belichick was not on board with it. Bill Belichick did not want this.
He's not going to be there very much longer then.
And then a North Carolina reporter said, maybe noteworthy, the email release on Lombardi's paid administrative leave came from UNC Vice Chancellor of Communications and Marketing, Dean Stoyer, not UNC football or UNC athletics. It came from the school overall. So, I guess he's breaking some school rules that they're having to rein back in versus this being a football related thing. Along that same line, before we get started, or I guess as we're getting started, a funny one. The Washington Commanders have fired their tight ends coach, Ben Steele, who they just hired this offseason. They said they would not really comment further on it. So I wonder what the hell he had going on to get fired within like a couple months of working there.
Just not the right fit. They knew it immediately.
I guess so. I guess Dan Quinn just looked around and said, you know what? This is a bad decision.
The ghosts of the Commanders' locker room, maybe. Maybe it's just still lingering, their checkered past.
Ronald Acuna, some Braves news for you.
Oh, God.
Ronald Acuna. No, it's good news. He is being activated by the Braves today. Ronald Acuna. I guess when you're activated, that means you're back in the lineup, right? I mean, they usually bring you back and you're starting immediately from that. So Braves have been playing better lately, and now they get their superstar back. See if they can stay healthy this time.
Fun time for MLB as we close upon the trade deadline.
Is the trade deadline this week?
I believe it is happening very, very soon.
Yeah. I feel like usually it's the last week of July.
August 3rd.
Okay. So not
last couple days.
Not this week. Yeah. You got a full week.
The big guy to watch there is Tarek Skubal out of the Tigers.
Next Monday, you got a week now. And Skubal is the big name on the market.
There's a lot of, questioning of where he will most likely end up.
Yeah, I've seen
it
some
seems
talk,
like he's on his way out.
I've seen some talk of the Dodgers. Surely to God they don't let the Dodgers get this guy. Surely to God not. Are the Braves going to be aggressive, Sam, on the trade market? I feel like their recent, playing better should give them some hope moving forward.
You would think. I haven't really gone. I guess I haven't really seen a ton of smoke or rumors of guys that like the Braves are really trying to be in on. But I'm sure they'll make a couple moves.
Only thing I've seen is them cutting loose with their shortstop. But that's about it.
All right, let's hit some headlines. What we got?
First one, we got to unfortunately hit on this. Tony Romo was arrested over this past weekend on suspicion of an OWI.
There goes one of my losers of the weekend.
Just rough look for him.
The rougher look for me was him shooting 35 over in that golf tournament. How the hell did that happen?
I didn't even know he was in a golf tournament.
Yeah, he was playing in like, I guess, like a Milwaukee amateur or whatever.
State Am or something.
Yeah, Wisconsin State amateur, and shot 35 over in his rounds.
Yeah, for the whole tournament. I think he shot 11 over that day.
Right. But like 35 over a 4-day period would really drain a man's joy, I guess. But I thought he was good at golf.
I mean, a lot of the times these like state amateurs are like just carnage, kind of.
Really?
They
What was the winning score?
I'm pretty sure the winning score was over par. And when I saw this,
I thought I saw maybe 3 over.
Yeah, let's see, Wisconsin.
I mean, I guess if he was playing that bad, that's why he was drinking.
Lost by 32 damn strokes.
Yeah.
They used to talk about him trying to go pro.
Yeah, 3 over was the winning score. So
Okay.
nobody shot under par here. I mean, I think the bigger story is just how you can get
what quality the
DUI
course
in
shape is
Wisconsin.
in.
What's the difference between an OWI and a DUI?
I haven't looked into it. I just saw that someone said that, basically there's like so many degrees that they try to do up there because I think they know that everyone drinks and gets behind the wheel, that they basically have different levels that maybe aren't like as serious as other states.
Most of the people up there are drunk already driving, so I think that's just kind of like they're like what John said. They're varying degrees of. I'm pretty sure I saw like he only had to pay like $200 for this or something like that.
Operating while intoxicated, which is the state's official term for driving under the influence. Let's see. Okay, let's see what happens if you get an OWI in Wisconsin. I don't know. I'll see what I can find out. What happened to?
I'm going to assume that's because more people up there ride around mowers and tractors and such.
A first offense OWI is typically a civil violation rather than a crime, carrying fines of $150 to $300.
Okay.
I actually think like Tony Romo played in this golf tournament specifically because he knew he was going to be able to like have a couple spotted cows during his round and then drive back to his apartment or his hotel and like still be fine. This was like damage control for knowing he was going to get a DUI, but he just went to the most DUI friendly state in the country.
What do you think of his mugshot? That little smirk.
I always get creeped out by guys who smile in their mugshots.
Is it better like when they just scowl though? Like I feel like that almost makes them look more guilty and mean. Like I don't know how I feel about Romo's little smirk here. I wonder what his hair's all disheveled.
Romo is smiling like the cop behind the camera is like dangling another beer behind him, being like, "Hey, Tony, over here."
I wonder if he's just like, "Oh no, this is gonna go viral. I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh God, what have I done?"
Spotted cow, great pull, Sam.
Great beer.
I didn't know if that was like slang for.
No, it's Wisconsin.
That's like a Wisconsin specific beer.
Sounds like a Wisconsin type of beer. It just said he was driving erratically.
Have we gotten the body cam footage off of this?
No,
I
I think
that comes out pretty quick.
No, I think the body cam footage comes out months later, like after they go to court and stuff.
Really?
Typically.
Okay.
I feel
Big
like.
dog.
I feel like. But yeah, first time is just a civil, which is kind of crazy. $150 or $300 fine. That does seem wild. Do you think there'll be any type of severe punishment from CBS for this?
I don't know, John.
I wonder if there's a way to get out of this contract.
I would be looking into that if I was CBS.
No, I know, because I'd imagine they have some buyer's remorse of giving him all that money as he has like really cratered as an analyst. Like I don't think many people consider him to be a good analyst anymore. So like if there was a way to kind of use this as a get out of jail free card of his contract, I do wonder if they would hit that button.
Who would be that next guy though?
Coors Light.
Greg Olson, I guess, is he?
He's
doing
a Fox
guy. But he's a Fox guy,
right? But I didn't know if they could get him out. You can sometimes get him.
They
out
might
of the
because
contract.
Olson was Fox's,
Charles Davis.
Yeah,
Charles Davis.
Olson's not a bad pick though because Olson was Fox's number one
Right.
until Brady came.
Right, he's
along.
been demoted.
So,
yeah, like I wonder if they could like you can do trades with networks. I don't know if they would or not, but because I don't know if you're at Fox if you think Brady would be like your long term answer as an analyst or if he would just eventually get tired and retire.
I feel like Brady he's gotten a lot better.
No, I do too. But do you think Brady will be doing this in 10 years still?
Why not? What else is he gonna do?
Yeah, it seems like he's got a lot of interest. He's slapping Jake Paul. He's out there running around Fanatics Fest. It seems like he's got a lot of stuff he wants to do. Maybe he wants to be a lifer though. Maybe he wants because I mean like Troy Aikman's been doing
Well,
it.
lets him be around the game too.
Yeah, Troy Aikman's been doing it for 20 years, 30 years now, almost at this point. Like maybe he would just want to.
Would you take JJ Watt over Tony Romo?
I don't really have any thoughts on JJ's announcing. I don't know if I've ever really paid attention and like honed into it. It
He's
doesn't
not
stand
bad.
out. Yeah, good or bad for me.
I think he'd maybe need a couple more years just of experience just to get really good at it. But I mean, he's pretty solid. He's entertaining.
What about Ryan Clark?
Ryan Clark is needing a job.
Fantastic call, Bubba.
What do we make?
Make the call.
What'd you make of the video of him crying that way? Like, did you see him on the camera crying about getting fired and how he's just always wanted to be accepted and all this stuff? It just felt.
I was expecting that video to come out.
Felt awkward. I didn't even really put together and really think about Romo being a hometown guy. He's from 35 miles from where like he got in trouble at.
Oh, he's a Wisconsin guy?
Yeah. He's from Burlington, which is 35 miles southwest of Milwaukee. That town houses a field named after Romo, who has hosted a free football camp in Burlington annually for over 20 years.
He probably just gets free beer in exchange for that football camp.
If I was Tony Romo, like, after all I've done for this damn place, you're going to arrest me? But at the same time, it's probably like, it's a $150 fine, whatever. At least I'm not Mark Sanchez. You know, Mark Sanchez was stabbing people. Mark Sanchez was trying to kill that truck driver. Like, at least I didn't do that. Next headline, please.
Oh, they're going to do a Kelsey, aren't they?
What? A Kelsey brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a really good point. They might look to him.
Yeah. I wonder if Kelsey, I don't know if, surely if you're married to Taylor Swift and when you retire football, you don't.
I think he's talking Jason Kelsey.
Okay. I don't think Jason Kelsey does like the studio stuff with ESPN. I don't know if he has any interest.
I think he's still on a contract, but
I don't know if he has any interest in getting in the booth, but surely to God, Travis Kelsey doesn't travel around doing football on weekends while married to Taylor Swift. Surely
you wouldn't
not.
imagine so.
Surely not.
Anyway, next headline. Danny White took to Twitter to talk about what the Vols' future non-conference scheduling could look like. He says he plans on Tennessee hosting home games versus non-SEC Power 4 opponents in the seasons where UT hosts only 4 SEC home games. So I'll pose the question to you. Who would you like to see us schedule a home and home with?
Ohio State.
Yeah. I mean, that's the answer that pops on my mind, but I don't know if I actually want to play Ohio State in a home and home. But beating them at home would feel really nice. Like, I don't think you'd have really a chance of going into the horseshoe and winning, but like, I think I'd take our chances. The problem is you can't really probably get on the schedule until like 7 years down the road.
Yeah.
I've never seen Ohio State be bad in my life other than that one year where they where they had Luke Fickell happen to be like the interim coach. That's the only year I've ever seen them be bad. I've seen us be bad multiple times. So like if you were betting like 7 years from now, Ohio State's still going to be probably a juggernaut. Would Tennessee be good enough to schedule that in 7 years? I don't know. I hope so. I'm like 70% sure we'll be good in 7 years, but like I'm like 95% sure Ohio State will be.
I'd say Oregon or Washington.
Well, we got Washington's already scheduled. That is happening.
Maybe like Florida State for a nostalgic
That's
feel.
what I was going to say. I think Florida
Easy
State
win
would be really fun.
and a nostalgic feel. Like, we're back to, 98 Vols.
I think Virginia Tech could be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, Virginia Tech's got the
North Carolina.
Did Virginia Tech, they hired Danny's brother, right? Didn't Danny's brother get hired by them to run the athletic department?
That does sound right, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because I know people are talking about this would lead to the battle at Bristol 2 or whatever between Tennessee and Va Tech, but you could do a home and home there. That'd be kind of interesting. Yep. Who do we have on the home schedule next year?
We had one with Nebraska, but that has since fallen through because Nebraska canceled
Georgia Tech, I guess. Are they coming up here?
Tech comes here next year. We have the Washington home and home scheduled for the future.
Washington's in 29.
Yep.
Okay.
We go to Washington in 30. We play West Virginia in Charlotte in 2028, and then it's open after that. So Tech next year, West Virginia in 28, Washington 29, at Washington in 2030. So 2031 will be the soonest that we'll get a new non-con Power 4 opponent.
Odd years are going to be the year where we have a good non-conference home game, correct?
Yes.
Because that'll be when the SEC gives us four home games. Okay. So odd years. So like you said, Washington in 29, Georgia Tech in 27. Who will it be in 31? It's really hard to project what the sport's even going to look like in 2031.
Yeah, this is just fun speculation of who would you like to see come in here.
I mean, I do think. I think it'd be nice to now. Again, 5 years is kind of hard to project out, but like getting a couple lick backs on Clemson while they suck would be nice. Like getting rubbing their face in it a little bit.
I think Penn State could be another one that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, I like Sam's Florida State. I like Clemson.
So I think North Carolina, like I just said, I think they'd be pretty fun.
North Carolina doesn't like. If you told me Belichick was there, maybe for that factor, but they don't strike me as a serious school right now. I don't really have any interest in going to Chapel Hill to their stadium either. Because I think that's a part of the answer, right? Like, is the home and home? Sure, is like you want to go to like a place that maybe you would.
I'm just trying to think of teams that we don't play too often.
Yeah.
That teams that I've not seen us play in my lifetime. Like, I've seen us play Oregon in my lifetime. I get it was like 2011 and 2012 when we did that, but I have seen that.
I wouldn't mind striking back up the Tennessee Miami.
Be down for Miami.
That could be fun.
We had some
Hard Rock's a cool stadium.
We had some home and homes with them, back in the day. I wouldn't mind, bringing that back up. That would be that's a premier program right now. Are you buying their stock? I mean, as a top 10 program for the next couple of years? Because I think you kind of have to, right, with the way Cristobal recruits.
Well, the way they got money coming in that program too, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that's maybe too good of an opponent to get on there because I think the sweet spot is I want a B level team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ohio State, Miami to me are A levels, Oregon A level.
What if we ventured out to the Big 12 and did one with a Big 12 team?
The only school there that moves the needle at all right now is Texas Tech, right?
You would think.
And
then you've got. We had one scheduled with BYU, and then we canceled that. That one would have been fun. I was looking forward to that. Utah could maybe be cool, but Texas Tech, like you mentioned, Baylor's there, TCU.
Blush. I want SMU.
They wouldn't do it for me just because I feel like I know they've been decent in the ACC, but
I want to see what their fan base looks like.
None of the Big 12 schools register at all with me in terms of that being desirable. Even like Texas Tech, I got no interest in going to Lubbock. I'd imagine for the next foreseeable future, they'll buy themselves a top 15 team. So maybe from that perspective, beating them would feel good. But it's funny. I thought about Texas Tech when Josh Pastner was begging basically all the money of hey, I know everyone wants an NBA team in UNLV, but that's like billions of dollars. You don't need billions of dollars to have basketball in Las Vegas. Just give me $12 million a year and I'll name the team after you. You can buy the UNLV Running Rebs. And that's kind of what Cody Campbell's done at Texas Tech. He could never buy the Cowboys away from Jerry Jones because he ain't got that type of money. But he did buy a football team. He did buy Texas Tech and gets to kind of run them that way. He doesn't get necessarily any profits out of it, and he can't sell it, so it's not necessarily the same as buying it, per se, but he gets to be the man around there.
So someone in the chat said Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Rekindle that.
Yeah, that's there's traditional, there's traditional aspects of that too.
They're too scared for that one. They don't schedule like that.
How would y'all feel about a USC?
I think you could make the case for pretty much any top tier Big Ten school, and I think you can make the case
just
for
big brand,
yeah, 4 ACC schools, because outside of Miami,
Clemson,
I already mentioned Clemson, Florida State, and to me the fourth school there is Vatech. That's about as far down in the ACC I'd want to go, unless I'm missing anybody. I got no interest in NC State. I got no interest in North Carolina personally.
Duke,
got no interest there. Louisville, no, don't really care about that. It's the top 4 ACC teams. And then, you could mention, 7, 8 Big Ten teams? Because, Wisconsin, I think, would move the needle for me, even though they're not very good.
What?
I would like to go to Camp Randall. You wouldn't want to go there at all?
No.
No? You don't respect them as a program? I know currently they suck.
I'm sure jump around's really cool, but I'm not going to wait that entire game to for us.
I'd rather go to a lot of other places before I go.
Can we go to Tulane?
So Wisconsin does nothing for you at all.
I'd rather go to Tulane than Wisconsin and go to Bourbon Street.
Damn.
I'd rather go to Wisconsin than Tulane.
Okay.
Wisconsin sucks at football.
Well, they do right now, yeah.
They were good when we were younger.
They didn't used to suck. They used to be pretty good, Sam.
And, I mean,
people go through their valleys in life. They might get back.
We've been through those lows.
Did you not hear that you could operate a vehicle drunk and only get a $150 fine? Hell, we could have our own party bus. We don't even need our own driver for the party bus. We just take turns getting $150 fines. I'd kind of like to go. I'd kind of like to go up there and party, just to be honest. Like, I've heard Wisconsin's a fun college. Although I guess at this point I'm too damn old to go up there and party. By the time 2031 rolled around, I'd be 41 years old. I can't go up there.
This is an off the wall one, but what if we went back out to Tempe, Arizona State, let all the old fans that were there for 98 go back out there, experience that again?
I'd like to see what Arizona State was talking about. I've always heard good things about the party.
They say they're a party school.
Honestly, 2031 might be my last chance. Like 41 might be the last hurrah. Like I don't know if I'll be able to wait around till 43.
Is that your cutoff of home and home?
I got one more maybe. They better make it good. 31 better be the 31 year better be good.
They're going to send you to Iowa.
They're just going to do Colorado.
I could be swayed to going to Colorado. I don't know if I'd be excited about it, but I could be swayed. Damn, that's my last hurrah. Get it done, Danny. Do a good job. Good batch of headlines. Bubba, send us a break. We'll do some winners and losers of the weekend coming up. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Citizens National Bank. You want a bank that lets you bank when and where you want to. Your local branch, the grocery store, your computer, your phone, it's up to you. You want people who care about taking care of you and your money too. Citizens National Bank, banking never felt so good.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
All right, let's bring back winners and losers of the weekend as we start getting back into football. It's always a good way to dive into the weekend. Bubba, hit the music.
That's what I just asked.
Hit the music, Bubba.
Where?
There's no music, Bubba. That was always the bit. Cody would sing winners and losers. Winners and losers. Yeah. Winners and losers. The bit was always I would tell you to hit the music and people would freak out about it until they finally realized that there was no music. Maybe we can get Cody to sing it for us and just send us some audio. That way we can have him sing us in.
I hope to hear from him sometime.
I do too. I hope he's alive. I texted him. I haven't heard back. I hope he's all right. I hope he's alive. My winners of the weekend. Number 3, I went with. Kind of sucks when we do it at the end of hour 3. It just kind of, we've already talked about most of these. But number 3, handsome Marvel man named Ryan Reynolds, Gosling, Ghost Rider, the whole Deadpool gimmick. It's been tough lately for Ryan Reynolds to have some like positive PR, just because his wife. Everybody hates his wife. Blake Lively. They all hate her.
Why do we hate Blake Lively?
The whole beef with that Justin guy, the guy that did the movie with her. Are you unaware of this?
Baldoni.
Yeah. And then like Taylor Swift got involved with it a little bit. So then people were even more against it. It seemed like everybody kind of distanced themselves from Blake Lively. Mm-hmm. There's a whole lawsuit. It went on for a couple of years.
Personally, I probably wouldn't distance myself from Blake Lively most of the time. But if you're telling me to, I'll trust your pop culture take.
Well, I'm not saying I dislike her. I'm just saying most people dislike her these days. And Ryan Reynolds kind of got thrown in there too. Just by kind of guilty by association. And when they were looking for stuff to be mad at her about, they would try to find stuff to be mad at him about.
Guilty by association, kind of.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Like it kind of happened. It kind of happened to Mila Kunis too, because the pendulum has swung back the other side where everybody kind of hates Ashton Kutcher. So they kind of started hating Mila Kunis too, just kind of guilty by association. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds had their own version of that. Everyone loves Ryan Gosling though. And he got to get announced for a Marvel movie. So that's a big paycheck coming. So number 3, winners of the weekend, handsome Marvel man named Ryan. Number 2, if you like the drama of the WNBA, Sam, you had a good weekend.
That was one of my winners that I had written down.
The Stud Buds live stream all weekend led to some outing on Sunday where you had a player come out and basically say, I think she said, since everybody wants to be funny, I'll be hilarious. Her ex-girlfriend who crashed the party. I don't know if you saw that on the stream. That was very awkward.
Yeah.
Nalissa Smith's her name, crashed the party trying to, I guess, confront her ex. I don't know. But that led to DeJounte Carrington tweeting out that she got cheated on by Nalissa Smith with multiple rookies on the Las Vegas Aces, which, by the way, that's where Carrington's current girlfriend plays. Jackie Young is a Las Vegas Ace. So I do wonder how that's going to go over in the locker room. But apparently some of those girls maybe weren't openly into women because like one of them had famously been with like male basketball players in kind of a love triangle. It was really messy. It was really just really messy.
I think I mean what the saying is, like, all press is good press or whatever. I think the WNBA needs it, but I am slightly worried that these girls are a little bit predatory.
I don't know if the WNBA wants their press to just be all lesbian stuff, though. Like, I know that they kind of know, like, we all kind of know that, like, a lot of the women basketball players don't like men, but I don't think we want it to, like, spill into just basically being like Love Island, where, like, it's like the league.
Yeah.
When you think of the league, you just think of lesbian drama.
It does
Village.
But it does kind of further the idea that, like, oh, this is why Caitlin Clark doesn't get accepted, because she is into men. It does kind of further that as far as I'm concerned. Like, and you didn't really see her on the stream. It was kind of like all the lesbians were hanging out, and like Caitlin Clark wasn't really around much. Asia Wilson, who, you know, is with Bam Adebayo, wasn't around much. Angel Reese, take her or leave her, like whether or not you like her, but she's into men. She wasn't really hanging out with all the girls on the stream. What did you say about the shoes?
Didn't Caitlin Clark give them?
Caitlin Clark did give the stud bud shoes. That was good creative marketing. And like, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark's like being mean to the lesbians. I'm just saying that like they weren't all hanging out together.
What about Holly Rowe in this situation?
I had multiple thoughts about that because I'm sure you saw the video. If you're on Twitter at all, you saw the video of Holly Rowe dancing. Was it to Mo Bamba?
Yeah.
I had two thoughts about it. Number one, I was like, man, this is really sad that like we can't just have a moment and party without being feared of like being videoed.
That was live streaming the weekend was one of my winners. I thought it was a great behind this, you know.
You think she gets the pass?
To say the N-word? No, I don't think Holly Rowe gets the pass. No, I don't think the pass is real, but I don't think she would ever do it. But like, I was just like, man, Holly Rowe's just trying to fit in. She's at this party. She's trying to, you know, just have fun. And people clipped that video and like was posting it. And then some people were making fun of her. But then on the other side, though, like she came out looking good on the other end because everyone's like, actually, like Holly Rowe seems just really cool.
Yeah.
Like Holly Rowe seems like a good hang. She's not problematic. She's not Diana Rossini who had to sleep her way to the top. She just seems like she loves sports.
Oh, I cannot wait for WNBA executive reporter to find their way to the top, like Diana Rossini.
Is Holly Rowe even like tuned in to WNBA like that?
No, she is.
Okay.
It's the dub.
She loves women's basketball, and like recently this week,
I just didn't know if she's been like assigned to work though. Like,
no, she does some of the ESPN games. She'll do some of them,
Okay.
But then also like there was a game this week that there was travel problems, and she actually did the play-by-play of it, or did the color commentary. One of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was doing that and was just talking about how much she loved the league and just everything. I mean, she's the face of women's basketball from a media standpoint, as far as I'm concerned. So.
To me,
I like that she was there dancing and having a good time partying.
I liked it because I think to me, like there's so much toxicity, it seems like, within the WNBA that like we put our swords down for the weekend. We took some tequila out and we took some shots together and we live streamed the weekend at the club.
There was still a couple of weird things.
What were they doing when they made Paige Beckers take her shirt off?
I don't think they made Paige do anything. I think Paige is leading the charge of sexing up these women is what I think's happening. But then also her girlfriend / lover. I mean, did you see the comment section after Azzy Fudd won the 3-point contest?
Yeah.
They celebrated by squirting water in her face, which you can imagine how the comment section went to that.
Quick problem. Only 2 of those unders hit, by the way.
Only 2 of the unders in the 3-point contest?
For the first, yeah. For the points.
You mean 3 of the overs hit?
I thought you said take the unders because they're out drinking.
You're saying the Heidemann finished dead last. Her over-under was 16.5. Her under hit. Ron Howard's
2 of them hit.
Ron Howard's was 21.5. It hit. I think you might need to recalibrate.
Yeah. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, because I think multiple unders hit. Now, depending on what you got them at, I guess. But, like, I got Ron Howard at 21.5. She hit 20. Heinemann's was 16.5. She hit 16. Number one, though, biggest winner. Oh, the Holly Rowe did do something weird when she made Caitlin Clark come talk on the mic. Did you see that clip?
Yes.
After the game, like, they give out the MVP. They do all that. And she's like, Caitlin, come talk. And, like, Caitlin's like, what, me? Like, no. And Angel Reese looks mad, and like other girls just look mad that Caitlin's getting the microphone.
It's tough because it's like I think Caitlin Clark is the most media trained out of Olivia Miles and everybody else there. So she would know how to respond, especially in big crowds and like lots of attention.
Well, plus she was on the winning team. Like Olivia Miles, a rookie. Angel Reese is on the losing team.
But at the same time, like, how do you get these girls prompted up if you don't interview them?
Yeah, just that wouldn't felt like a misstep by Holly, but Caitlin's also the biggest star in the league, so I don't know if I could even call it a misstep. Number one, though, I already kind of said it. PGA's youth movement. It was good that they had a young guy win. I thought that was the biggest sports story of the weekend because I didn't count LeBron as being a part of the weekend because it was like noon on Friday.
Marina Mabry did not hit.
Okay.
I got her at I got screwed.
Did you take an alt? What'd you do?
No, I thought I hit under and I hit over. Yeah,
so you come on here accusing me of giving you bad information.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think most of the unders hit.
Formal apology, John.
Now, shout out to Marina Mabry because I took her props in the actual All-Star game to hit 4 threes and 5 threes, and she did that in like 5 minutes of the first quarter. Then she missed like 8 threes in a row, but she started out like 5 of 6. And I cashed my money, and then she missed like 8 straight shots.
That's the only highlights I saw from the Brick Center account where it's like, look at this, and it's just shot after shot after shot. Just
Caitlin Clark came out and hit a couple threes early, some deep ones. Like I said, Mabry went on a flurry at the end of the first quarter. Malunga dunked. It was a pretty nice women's dunk. That was a pretty good dunk.
I mean, there's a failed alley-oop attempt.
Like the rest of it was all low lights. I mean, none of it was good. Sam, Josh, any winners from the weekend you think we missed? Anybody want to nominate?
I put teams that play against the Marlins or their minor league affiliates, as both the Marlins and their AAA team are on 12-game losing streaks right now.
Combined or 12 separate?
No, each separate.
So
they have
24
yes,
games. Oh,
yes.
my God. The Marlins were kind of hanging around the playoff picture,
they were,
right?
Yeah, they were playing pretty solid. And then
they're the opposite of the Red Sox. Okay.
And
Josh,
then,
sorry, go ahead.
I had Patrick Mahomes' knee.
Okay.
So I'll give you one. Anthony Joshua, he survived 2 first-round knockdowns and then got a KO win in the second round. I mean, Twitter was losing their mind when he got knocked down twice by some no-name in Saudi Arabia.
And then turn around and won.
And I'll give you a quick loser real quick. It's
we don't give losers yet.
No losers yet? Okay, never mind.
Save your losers for later.
Okay, no, that Josh was y'all already hit. I would have said, Comic-Con or Marvel or something too. Y'all hit everybody else. But no, that Joshua doing that was pretty impressive, to be honest with you.
Getting knocked down twice and getting back up both times.
I mean,
good.
I saw videos. They were tough knockdown. I mean, it was bad.
I didn't even know he fought.
I didn't either. I was just scrolling Twitter, I think, yesterday or Saturday while I was at the lake, and then I just see that hit my timeline.
Kind of a sad
Tyson Fury also had like an unbroadcasted fight, too.
He just beat somebody up? They
had it. Like, there's just no footage of it. There probably is, but like.
Did he win?
I have no idea what happened.
Surely they announced he won if nobody broadcasted it. My loser of the weekend, number 3, Tony Romo. We already kind of laid that out. Number 2, Christopher Nolan haters, The Odyssey. People wanted it to flop. It's not flopping. It's just getting stronger.
It's only down 29%.
Why do we want movies to flop? Don't we want them to do well? Don't we want more good movies?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with the culture war, but there's a culture war going on, and Christopher Nolan's movie was in the crosshairs of the culture war because he put a black girl as Helen of Troy, and then he casted a transgender person to be a puny loser soldier, and everyone immediately thought he had casted that person to play Achilles, which is a great warrior, but that's not the case. So then
people
they
also
got
just hate to hate nowadays. Hate is cool now for whatever reason.
Well, that's the culture war, brother. But Christopher Nolan, well on a way to making record number of dollars in the box office. He's already kind of made his biggest dent of recent movies. A 28% drop. Yeah, like Bubba said, that's one of the historically lowest drops for a big movie, the second weekend ever. Christopher Nolan, another big weekend. And number 1, I think the biggest loser of the weekend, I went with Bubba. Do you look like you have something to say?
No, it better be who I'm thinking it is.
Oh, okay. Well, who do you think it is?
I don't want to spoil it for you. The Alabama NIL.
Oh, no, I didn't put that guy on my list.
That's a great one.
That is a great one, Bubba. I don't know if mine's going to hit the same now, but number 1, my biggest loser of the weekend, Mike Vrabel's puppy.
Yeah, I had this on my list.
I feel bad for Mike Vrabel's puppy.
Okay, I haven't seen this. What's going on here?
Mike Vrabel, as you know, he's also amid a little controversy
he's been in the news
this
lately.
offseason.
Yeah,
he's been fighting his own war. He's like, hey, how can I get out of hot water? I bring a puppy, to my press conferences now, and it's not going to work. And I feel bad for Mike Vrabel's puppy because it's a good-looking dog.
Yeah.
It's a cute puppy, But when I saw that puppy, I didn't think, oh, wow, what a cute puppy. I thought, wow, Mike Vrabel is such a bitch. That's what I thought when I saw it. I said, Mike Vrabel is really panicking to the point where he had to do this.
My favorite tweet of the weekend that I saw was, yeah, buddy, that dog is not going to make us forget you left your wife at home to go butt snorkeling in Sedona.
That's a fair point. It did not make me forget that. It just made me think about it even more. It just made me groan and roll my eyes when I saw Mike Vrabel try to run the puppy out there. And hopefully, I didn't actually watch the press conference. Hopefully, the media up there didn't, placate him and just be like, oh, well, what a cute puppy. What's the name? Hopefully, they bully him into not doing that all year, because I'm not letting him Kirk Herbstreit his way out of this.
I hope like the other reporters brought their dogs so that they could just then ask hard-hitting questions like, I have my dog here.
That needs to be their rebuttal if they haven't done it already.
Can you imagine how mad Mike Vrabel would be knowing the way he gets down if a player brought a dog into the facility or brought it up there for a press conference, or if a journalist brought their dog to
after
the press
those
conference?
Allegations, he'd be like, face it like a man.
Yeah, well, 100%.
This is Lane Kiffin. That dog's gonna have a Twitter account soon.
He's trying to be, but he's super no nonsense guy. Now he's trying to be likable. Like, oh, look at me, guys! I got a dog. Don't be mean to me. Come on, guys! I got a puppy. Hold on.
I'm glad we both had that.
Yeah. Any losers you thought I missed?
Away with that. NFL alternate uniforms, I think, keep flopping. These Bills ones that just got released in the show.
The gray ones were ugly.
That was one I was going to bring up. That helmet is atrocious.
Yeah.
I typically don't get too fired up about jerseys, but that one to me looks like a CFL jersey. That one's ugly.
Also,
and then
State Farm guy.
What happened to the State Farm?
He was trying to rizz up Kelsey Plum, and she was just...
I don't know if he was failing there. She looked like she was smiling to me, Bubba.
Not the vibe I got. But also, I don't know. I'm not in the game anymore.
Do you think you should have told her I would die for you? Yeah. I did see in the comments, though, that somebody said Jake from State Farm has been ran through. Like, basically, Jake from State Farm is easy. Apparently, he has been macked on by many women.
Kind of like KD.
In, like, our YouTube comments or Studbud's live stream comments?
That, just like on the Twitter comments. People say Jake from State Farm gets around. So I don't know if he failed, Bubba. He might have some riz.
That's my 13th reason.
If he pulls Kelsey?
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy. Josh, any losers you want to get on record?
Yeah, he took my one with the Bills alternate uniforms. I'll get another one. College basketball is a loser. Duke and Michigan had one of the best non-con games of the year lined up, and then it got canceled because of TV and streaming rights disputes. What are we doing? Why are we letting that ruin a premier non-conference matchup? I know we're not particularly fond of Duke or Michigan around these parts, but that's a game I'd want to see with the talent there.
For sure.
I just don't understand why we're letting TV and streaming rights make that the primary reason as to why it gets canceled.
Bubba, anybody you want to
add? For losers, no.
Good. Glass half full Bubba. Love that. Bubba not delivering any bad news to any losers. Good for that.
I mean, throw me on the list.
No, you're going to bounce
I'm out
back.
Of the game.
I'm just glad you're out there trying to pick up women. I was getting worried about you.
It was scary,
We'll find you a woman.
I'm not worried about that. I need to focus on myself now. Again, the Rocky training arc, it starts.
You can't.
I want to do both at the same time. Do a montage for you, John.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you can make it content. We'll put it online. Get us some content. Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Last call here on the program. Bubba, can I interest you in the official matches, the cards of SummerSlam?
Actually, yeah, hit me with this. I'm interested in this too.
Night 1 has been released. All right, so the headliner, the main event of Night 1, that'll be your CM Punk Cody Rhodes match.
I figured that'd be Night 2.
You'll also get Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar Hell in a Cell. So
I'm so excited for that. That better not be on the first hour ESPN card because I want that match to be as long as it needs to be.
I would imagine that of those two matches I just mentioned,
that
Punk,
needs to be your
Cody,
main and co-main.
I feel like today, like over the last 10 years or so, the co-main event is actually kind of the opener.
Been the opener.
Yeah, I feel like the
I
best match.
Seeing that change.
Best match is last. Second best match is first. Typically these days. So I do wonder if they'll go with.
I hope they don't.
Punk Cody first to let Brock Oba have kind of that final moment since Brock. I guess he's not officially said he's retiring after this match, right? But everyone kind of assumes that's where that's headed.
Yeah.
Gunther, Nick Aldis, then you got
so Saturday's loaded then.
Liv Morgan, Io Sky, you got the Usos, Fatu whole thing. All right, then the women's tag team match. That's night 1. Night 2, you got Reigns versus Rollins. You got the women's, I guess it's a 5-way match. Danhausen versus Dom, Finn versus Sammy, Trick versus Corbin, Penta versus Gable. Okay, so
night 1's is significantly more loaded than night 2.
Yeah, it seems like night 2 they're just relying on if you like the Danhausen comedy stuff.
Gable and Penta is the second best match on night 2 for me.
Yeah, and then Reigns. I mean, if you just got to buy into Roman Reigns versus
which
Seth
I am.
Rollins.
I'll I'll watch because it's SummerSlam, but I mean, I'll be.
We
waiting
haven't
on
really
that one.
seen Denhausen do much single stuff. So
No, yeah, I'm
this'll
interested to see how that goes. I don't really.
His whole gimmick is like he'll do like the exploding teeth out of the mouth.
Yeah. I don't have much interest to see him actually wrestle.
He's not bad from the bits that I've seen.
They've looked up like this, funny comic Santino character, but maybe I guess because it's fresh and new. But we haven't seen enough of him in the ring yet, so they can get away with this.
I kind of just like him backstage doing stuff and like not wrestling, but I don't know. We'll see. Bub, anything we need to hit?
Yeah, Blake Burke, shattering 3, and then Andrew Fisher taking back his home run record for MILB.
Those two are just absolutely smashing. The Brewers have to absolutely love what they have there with those two. Fisher's the first guy they've ever had hit over 30 home runs, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Which I've always been told it's not good if you're a record breaker for MILB.
Yeah, but he's young enough to where, and the Brewers, they're still good this year, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not like they're desperate to have him called up, but it'd be one thing, if he broke like a long-term record or did like in September, like he mowed through this really, really quickly. Do you think he gets called up this year? I mean, when he's hitting that way, like, do you think you'd almost want him to be a bat in the playoffs, maybe like a pinch hitter?
Potentially,
like,
could be like a late call up, but Brewers, I feel like, kind of take their time with some guys too.
Yeah. Shout out to Blake Burke though. Shout out to Fisher. Good job by you boys. See you tomorrow. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next, right here on Fan Run Radio.